at all of your silver shade.
Alright, welcome in everybody. Welcome to session 12 of Beasts of Berghof?
Question mark?
Question mark?
We have no idea.
Alright, let's...
Why am I here? Who are these people?
Who am I?
There's actually just one beast, and this Jeroen, and everyone else is actually pretty normal. For Berghof standards, you know?
Oh, can we take a quick second to say a happy birthday to Renexia?
Happy birthday! Sister Basisti.
Wait, is this actually her birthday, or is this one of those moments where it's every day is her birthday?
No, that's only for Kitty, and since we started doing that, Kitty has disappeared. But no, it is actually happy birthday, Renexia. It is actually Renexia's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nah, Kitty's having some.
Now put it in the chat how old you are, Renexia, so you can let us all suffer with you.
Oh, don't, because Renexia's fucking young.
What?
It's very annoying.
It annoys the guy that there are people younger than him.
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
Every time when Ty sees a baby, he's just like, fucking show up.
I hate that baby.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Alright, wonderful. Hang on, I'm just trying to get your friggin'...
Literally gonna become that guy that sits on his lawn, waving his fist angrily at them youngsters coming by.
Dang nabbit! I used to be on Twitch!
Oh, I'll still be on Twitch.
That is going to be a state.
Wow, 80-year-old
But by
Ty
that point, there will
NPC
be a new
stream.
platform, you know, and he's alone on Twitch. It'll be very sad.
Yeah.
I remember the day when we would only stream on Twitch and YouTube.
God damn it, old man, you're not on Flugzeug yet?
Jeez.
Get with the times. What the Sigma?
Did you say, is this file corrupted or something?
Yeah, I corrupted it, I'm sorry. I said what the Sigma, it tends to happen. So.
Alright, let's see. We need a recap of what happened last time.
Whoop whoop.
Let's see if we can find that out. Is it going to be the wrong one again? Don't panic, Jack. Got it?
Okay, I've got all the panic out.
Yeesh, come on.
Wow, I could really tell which one it was from that noise.
Oh, that was the session 1 recap for a second there.
This is the correct one.
For the archive, record 0012, reporting to Dawnhaven. As a catalogue of our specimens, first is Conry's Nightmare, an engraved ball of black marble, carved with many visages and interspersed by eerie patterns. The faces we've identified so far include Relrius Conry, surrounded by a swirling warp of his allies, a trifecta of the 3 local deities, the mother, son, and daughter, pressed in on 3 sides by the larger gods, 2 of which we've identified as the 5 heads of Tiamat and the spider of Lolth. The undead elven prophetess also makes an obscure appearance. I will update these records once we have recognized more of the characters. As for the journal, we thought to defy convention by deciphering a page far off in the later stages of the story, but found that it was completely unrecognizable as language. Strangely, the second page shows the same signs of corruption. However, after our latest dreams, we found that the second page was suddenly decipherable. Our minds appear to be changing to understand the writing. No wonder Dawnhaven sent it to us. Enough of that for now. Here is the summary. Mirko and Lawrence betted on who would win the duel between Riquella and Jeroen, as did many of the house's residents. The fight consisted muchly of Rikella prodding Jaren for weaknesses, and Jaren ignoring them but getting in close to restrain her. In the end, it was neither a victory nor a draw, and all the men, both here and there, began squabbling over wagered money. Relrius grilled Rikella on her performance. Jaren is ordered to hire trustworthy guards for Relrius, and another guest arrives, a friend of Zyron, a woman called Anne-Marie. Shadar Kai and a follower of the daughter. Friendly so far, but she hasn't said much. Everyone crammed themselves into a library, and Jaren kept wandering back and forth from the front door as knockers kept knocking. A tiny child came by, sent by Vin to collect hush money, but asked too much. Relrius ordered the girl killed, and not to be further disturbed, but Rikella took over, making nice with the kid and then attempting to follow her. But in a brief moment of blindness, the girl was suddenly dead, and all trace gone, no matter how they investigated. The corpse was taken to Sidorovich, who discovered a lead in relation to the mysteriously upper-classed child. That is all for now. Chronicler Hope, Day 174.
I feel like I might have missed a thing or two.
The gist of it, you didn't go say every single line we said, you know, that was about it.
Like there's some stuff, of course, that was uncovered during the speak with the child, but that's going to be recapped in a minute here anyway.
Yeah.
And
was that before day 175? You said that there was you said something. I didn't quite catch that.
Chronicler
Or
Hope.
recap.
That was the name of the person doing that particular recording.
Chronicler Hope. Okay.
I like the fact that we now know a little bit more about the artifact and what's on there, and that Sidorovich's journal is now unreadable past a certain point of where they get visions. I find that cool.
Yeah, I figured, why would, if you had a book like that, why would you not start at the end and go backwards?
Yeah, I think that's a very good way. I think that's a good way to handle that.
If you had a book like what?
If you had a book that could tell,
events.
further on in the history, if you were experiencing a story in real time and you got a book which you knew had accurate information from further on in the story, would you not try and figure stuff out from later on to give yourself some clues? So I figured, well, they'd try and do a page from later on, and then they just couldn't read it because the artifact is deciphering it with them, for them in a way. So they can only read up to the parts that they've got to.
So, much like us and you viewers, they can only experience something more every Saturday when you tune in for these Berghof.
Yes, in some way, those of you watching are the chroniclers.
Don't advertise while we're still playing. That's so weird.
We're not advertising.
Everybody go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
Oh.
I want to
21.
No, 8. Oh, God. It's the score that I gave for my week.
24. Wow, Viv. Trying to do better than Sidorovich in the low scores.
Alright.
Someone
It's on the hand. It's on the wrist.
And the rest.
Alright, good job, everybody. Viv, go ahead and grab yourself an inspiration for today.
I already have one.
Oh
already have
no!
inspiration.
Would you like to give it to Jaroon? Or...
Yeah, let's just give the inspiration. Let's just spread it.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. There was another option technically, but that's
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
fuck
you
that
very
other guy.
much. Was I picked up here because everyone else already has inspiration?
No, I
No,
don't
one
know.
other person, but I was about to say, or Dr. Sidorovich, and Viv said yes. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry, Dr. Sidorovich.
That's cool. Nobody likes me.
Wow. Listen,
All right.
I technically haven't even met you yet because you were just with your book yesterday.
Scroll, but okay.
Whatever. They're like the same thing.
You're on your phone all day yesterday and not socializing.
He cheats at chess.
Only against you, Shane.
That's fair.
I'm not even sure you meant to cheat. All right, guys. Thank you very
He
much
just
for the
doesn't know how to
recap.
play chess.
Like you said, I think we're about to experience part of the recap again, just with you recapping some of the information from the things. So I think we are good to go on that. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to change the music up a little bit.
I have a personal request. Can you delete the dead child?
Can you delete that child?
Make it go away.
I think the first question is, can you delete that child?
We've already done that.
The answer seems to be no.
Shit.
I was trying.
Indestructible children, even in Foundry, if you have a child, you can't kill them. It's because of the rules or something. Yeah.
We left off last time with a little bit of a revelation. Dark laughter echoing in the hollows of the space the bullet ricocheted into your skull eventually. The cruel symphony of whispers and shrieking still there, like a ghost clawing at the edges of your wakefulness as you feel an extra body in your bed. You are in your bed, soft silk sheets twisting around you, and the familiar scent of the manor, wood, cold. The laughter doesn't fade, it still lingers, festering, pressing against the inside of your skull. What are you doing?
Well, first of all, I'm going to grab a hand mirror off the side and just sort of...
I could have sworn I shot myself.
Oh, you did. You can still feel the wound.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
It's still
Yeah,
it's still incredibly painful.
I look in the hand mirror if I have eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have eyes.
You do.
Cool. Does my head still look like I've shot through it?
It's not as gory, but there's definitely still, you can definitely still see the open wound, but so as if it's been cleaned at this point, but the hole is still there.
Oh, that's not great.
Okay. I'm going to get up out of the bed
Okay.
just quickly and sort of lolling around. Everything still hurts of gritting my teeth, dragging my legs along the floor. And I notice on the other bedside table, I wander over to it, around, and I pick up a deck of cards.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pick one out for comfort's sake.
Ah, sure. Go to the roll tables and
Explodes.
Oh, the bound. Am I bound and gagged now suddenly? What's going on?
It's gonna be a weird morning when Reros wakes up. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
would
just on the
it?
floor.
And it's weird already. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's doubly weird. Can you show that picture?
yeah. Give me
So
2 seconds. I'm
small.
trying to find the information on it.
So tiny.
Oh, there it is. The moment you pull it, you You feel something wrapping around you.
Okay. What is it? Do I know?
Give me 2 seconds. Let me pull up the let me give you
the bound.
You feel something begin to wrap itself around you, and as you look, you see these almost like red silken ribbons wrapping and binding themselves around you. As you do, roll me firstly a d4, please.
Okay. 2.
You start to maybe try and fight against them or break, but they just get tighter and tighter to the point where they seem to cut off any circulation, and you can feel your body begin to go numb as you collapse. You are paralyzed for the moment.
Can I still talk and stuff?
Before you do, as the paralyzation sets in, I'll give you like a couple of words first, and then I need another roll from you, but I will tell you what that is in a second. But you have a couple of words before this takes effect.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my previous card pulls that I did when I was in the Realm of the Sky or whatever, where I rolled that I could use command 3 times. And I'm going to cast it 3 times on this woman in the bed.
Well, you won't be able to cast it 3 times. You can cast it once, but with the casting time, like you can do it once. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to. Are they awake? Are they both asleep?
They are both asleep. Yeah, they have. I rolled perception, but they are out. They do not notice what is going on at the moment. If they were awake, they would have fucking reacted at this point.
Did I have a chance to hear her fall on the floor?
That's a very good point. Go ahead and roll me a perception. You are right outside.
Well, someone gave me this advantage the last night, so that ain't happening.
Hey,
Well,
Derek,
maybe that's such a low roll that maybe you don't even hear me use command unbind on Felon. I'm just going to use the word unbind.
Can you? You don't have command on your sheet, do you? No.
No. It was. I could use it 3 times as per a previous card pull that I did.
You have to be conscious for command to work.
Nice.
It's a good question because like they'll try and.
That never happens.
At this point, as they fail the wisdom save, it's almost you're almost like influencing their dreams as they wake up, look around confused, and just almost instinctively like get out of bed. They haven't seen you for this moment, and as you lay there now, your whole body going numb, even losing the ability to talk. I need you to roll me a flat D20. This is a death save.
Nice. Please be low. Oh, for fuck's sake.
That is a success.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Felon walks around and sees you on the floor, and because of the command, will instinctively reach down and start pulling at the bindings that are around you. But these are magical restraints and seemingly very, very tight. They're going to try and make a check here.
Is she awake yet, or is this just sleepwalking at this point?
No, she is awake. She starts to do so with the command. Begins to fade. Go ahead and roll me another d20, please.
Please be a 1. What
And
the fuck?
You see a look of shock and surprise. She just seems confused at this point, not really understanding why she's
be
awake,
too.
not understanding who you are or what's going on. At this point, she's
I will think this is a bad dream.
she is going to like just run from
Stand
the
up.
like bangs the door, runs, knowing Jarun is the guard and is outside. Doesn't even say anything to you, Jarun. You
Well, she
you
can't
hear
say
some-
anything. She's got a collar on.
Her voice, like she's trying to say something, but it's trembling a little as she just points into the room.
Yo.
At this point, you see Rollius is still just calmly asleep. But you see
Yeah, I check
Evangeline-
Rolios first, see, okay, he's alive, alright, and then I look down like, what the I don't say that, but like, I'm thinking that basically. It's like,
You see Evangeline laying bound on the floor, still completely paralyzed for the time.
well,
Gift wraps.
do these bindings look like they hurt, I guess? Can I tell?
They look very tight. It's just red ribbon, but you can see it moving constantly. It's like pulling, wrapping, as if tightening still.
Hold on a second. I got
Roll
technical
me
issues.
D20.
I'm gonna be
I was gonna go and help her out, of course. But I had technical issues. I didn't hear the last part.
Basically, the ribbons are just getting tighter and tighter still, and constantly moving. And Evangeline.
Yeah, if they're moving, if they seem to like be something magic going on, I will try to rip them off.
All right, go ahead and roll me an athletics, please. This is a high check.
Oh well, with disadvantage, no problem. I can do something here. Just so I can check it.
Evangeline, D20, please.
Nice. These are my favorite. Apart from that, I keep rolling 16s for some reason.
Yeah, we'll use my
Yes.
skill strength.
Yes.
E10 on this. It's 21.
Very strong feet.
All right, 21 is enough. As you break you manage to like rip and pull, breaking the binds. As the ribbon breaks in your hands, it is surprisingly strong. But it disappears, like burns away, just wisps in an instant as you manage to break it. Evangeline is still lifeless. She failed that save. And
I'm gonna. Is she dying or just unconscious?
she's dead.
I sort of I stand up, so with the ribbons in my hand, so drop them. I look around. Is there any sort of sign of entry? Because that would be, sort of first thinking, did she go through the fucking chimney or a window or any signs of maybe scorch marks on the ground for teleportation or anything
I'm
like that?
undead Santa, bitch.
Yeah, how did
you
she
can
get
roll
here? Can
me-
I sell?
You're very welcome to roll me an investigation. Without any roll, you can't tell. There's no
Yeah, well,
obvious.
I
There's
mean-
nothing obvious.
I'm not great at it, I know, but I will still try, of course. So I'll look around if I can see anything. I guess not. Also, pick her up. Her corpse, I guess, now I can tell. I'll check again for a while, put her over my shoulder, sort of go a little bit close to Elroy's, just checking, is the guy still alive? Nothing else happened? All good in here? Otherwise?
I'm gonna roll another. No, he is still asleep.
Alright, he seems fine though?
Yeah, he seems fine here.
Alright,
yeah,
very
he is-
weird.
He is fast asleep.
I turn around to the mute woman and I sort of exit the room and I sort of nod to her give it a little bit of a shrug and then I sort of move past her and I bring her down to where Dr. Sidorovich is.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Evangeline's body, limbs snapped, mangled the way it was after her soul was torn into 5 pieces and ejected from her body forcefully? Is that still the case, or has that been undone somehow?
The scarring from it is still obvious. The scarring from it is still there. So you can still see that was once the case, but it feels like it's been healed effectively.
Ty, could you do me a favor?
want
Could
me to
you,
try?
like... that too, but, like, could you... Or maybe easier. Could you, like, remove the walls in this line? Because previously, I could have just, you know, moved myself down through these walls. We could have just done that, but, you know...
Can't it just...
Well, I guess, does that work? I guess I can now throw myself out the window, yeah.
There we go.
That works as well.
I'll leave that door open for you.
I'll carry her down to the library.
Can you move Fenric? Because I think we had already done our stuff well before.
Yeah.
this point.
I'm back
done
sleeping.
his stuff. I'm just sitting here patiently meditating for my long rest.
Yeah, where did you go back into your ring? Are you still up there? I forgot about that.
I'd be passed out. I probably wouldn't have heard anything going on.
I see. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, Jerome comes down the ladder and all that, carrying Evangeline. Is Dr. Sidorovich awake already?
Well,
I think
yeah,
he sleep less, right?
He doesn't sleep really. He sits there in this weird trance state where he's just staring at something, but he blinks twice as you walk in, and then sees you carrying Evangeline, and then blinks again. Checks his heart rate, you know. No, wait, I'm still dead. Confirmed.
So I'll just walk into the room and sort of place her onto the pedestal.
And do I even want to ask how?
Drew shrugs.
Where did you find her?
Rare Royce's room.
Oh.
Out.
Balance, you say?
Was
Well, at
alive,
least
but
some
then
things are
died
back to
in front
normal,
of
I
me.
guess.
She was alive for a moment, but then died.
Of course, after medically examining her body to just make sure that I'm not going absolutely insane in the membrane. And
Things.
probably find all the wounds and stuff there from the original ordeal time.
Yeah, all the wounds are still there. It's definitely Evangeline's body. They definitely seem to have been like slightly healed, very obviously with magic because of the speed that it would have had to have happened. But yeah.
The unfortunate bit is I don't have any means to revive her because she's properly dead again, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's too far gone once more. Cannot revive her.
Things seem to have problems staying dead
Yes.
recently.
And it's not my
So
fault.
she
for
might return as the Prophet Elf will.
that.
Which has also hindered me from sleeping again.
I think you should not kill her next time if I'm entirely honest.
Maybe someone else should do something before I do it. For once.
We'll let Herman try his luck at that next time. See what happens. Maybe I get influenced instead. I'll leave her here, I suppose. I'll just watch over her while I continue to reset myself. Try to get some rest.
If... Oh, hold on. June also will say we're cooking for her leaving. If she doesn't return, you can speak with dead, no?
Yes.
Maybe something can be said, asked.
She knew of the magic, but yes, I fully can.
And he'll, alright, if that's its answered, he'll nod and then wander all the way back up.
And there I sit in one of my rad chairs, looking at Evangeline's body, pondering to myself, what in the polymorph duck is going on here?
Yeah, sorry, got distracted. Welcome in. Okay, so you now have the body of Evangeline. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to decipher something more from it, or are you...
At the moment, I'm just still like, I think I need one more hour of long rest before I'm just ready to do something at this point, because I think our investigation went to 1 a.m. of the other dead body, so...
It's the morning at this point, sorry, to be clear, so you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I have to bring out some tools and let's see what kind of magic is afoot here, or if I can tell there's anything different about her that might indicate her sudden knack for denying death.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a medicine check first and foremost, and then let me know if you want to use any magic to assist in this as well.
I also want to use magic to assist in this if possible.
Yeah, sorry, I meant specifically, like, are you using a spell, or like...
I would like to ritual cast Identify along with it, if that might offer me some more insight.
Alright.
This is how Ty is gonna slowly kill us, but just giving it exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He is disadvantage, I have disadvantage.
Give me a moment to do a little twirl. Alright. So with the medicine check, you really can't discern anything. The body is, like I said, weirdly healed, but all of the old scars are there. All of the torment, all of the struggle, all of the pain they've been through is like easily recognizable, but is there. Even the marks from like the mangled limbs you can see how the skin is stretched where they were mangled. You see like deep scars, way more than they had on them before. And the gunshot, you see clear through the gunshot, the hole, all the matter missing inside of the skull. All of the correct scarring is there, but it's a horrific scene, but it seems healed. Obviously, Evangeline is very much dead. Identify is an interesting one.
I want to say that there's a moment where Dr. Sidorovich is kind of like observing the hole in her head, into her skull, and just kind of like, there's a part of me that wants to poke around in there, but let's not do that yet, because, dear Lord, how can you function with this much missing? Then again, you did die again, poor Evangeline, so who knows? Maybe you didn't function.
Okay, so... Let me pull this up. Go ahead and cast Identify and then roll me a d20 to see if it searches.
Well, it's ritual cast, so it doesn't consume a spell slot.
Okay, well, I mean, you can still cast it for me, just don't consume the resource.
Oh, well, just saying I'm casting it, and then roll the d20 for it.
Well, that's fine. Alright. Beautiful. I was trying to find... Anyway. You cast Identify. It does not search. And it's only a moment later that there is a burst of green light. The candles and the torches are still burning with this intensely green, and you see almost as a door forms on the wall where it wasn't before, and out steps a familiar figure, an almost goblin-esque devil, constantly writing away in a huge book as he steps out. Gross. What is that?
Oh, good morning to you too. This is the body of Lady Evangeline, who prior to today I saw herself empty her own skull with a gun. And now she's back and came back alive in this house, so I'm kind of curious. Is there anything going on magic-wise with her that I should know about?
Okay, but to understand that you know she's dead, right?
Yes. Well, medically, yes, but, apparently she was alive a few moments ago, which is, and I point to the hole, not physically possible, yet somehow it happened.
I mean... Death, life, they're all a little bit confusing sometimes. So what do you want me to know, to tell you? You know who she is, you know what she is, and now she's dead, so... to identify this for you is to say this is a corpse. Congrats.
Was there any magic afoot that I should know about? Is there anything like that about me?
Well, when she was alive, I'll give you a little bit of help here because in theory this is beyond the reach of what I should be able to tell you, but I guess you paid the fee. She is very much dead, but before she died, she was touched by a devil of sorts, at least something that lingers in the hells. You know who I'm talking about? Yes. 10 points for you, Dr. Sisorovich. Careful what you do with those points. If you get 1 million, I'll give you a soul coin.
Oh, bye. Write that down, hun.
I'm just...
So it was Tiamat that also forced her back into the material plane of the living?
Yes, it was a gift. Rebirth.
You hear that? Essentially, it was a gift! You fucked it up!
Yes. Well, fucked it up is quite right, yes. But, maybe they'll get another chance.
I would wonder how many chances an entity like Tiamat would give someone, but I suppose this is as good a time to find out just how far the leniency actually goes.
My guess would be that they will keep giving chances as long as they are entertained.
Oh no, this is going to happen a lot. Well, thank you, my dear collector. I know plenty now.
Well, what are you doing with the body?
I'm just gonna leave it here and see if it wakes back up again.
Great. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Good luck on Love Life.
He doesn't quite catch or at least doesn't react if he does catch it. But there's another explosion of green light as he walks back through the door and disappears, and you are left with Herman and the body of Evangeline.
And a strange smell of sulfur in the room. I hate it when that comes in here.
I do find it fun that both times she was killed was by getting shot in the head.
Sidorovich sighs, orders Herman to set up the stuff for Strauss. Well, might as well do some work while everyone else is still fast asleep. And I will, with some special blood and collection from our little ordeal at the church, play my Yimu card and create another skeleton that's permanently under my control. As I recreate Strauss next to Herman.
Hang on. Let me check. So this card just lets you cast Animate Dead, right?
Yeah, but it creates an undead creature that stays under your control. That's a specific one.
Yes, but the spell says
but you
choose
still
a
need a
pile
corpse.
of bones or a corpse.
Yeah, and we have that. I've taken Strauss with us from where he died.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
the old
hoping you were
bones.
going to choose Evangeline, honestly. Okay, I see.
That's so
Okay.
fucked up.
I was like, a corpse, you say? Okay, that's fine. God damn it.
Oh, you have 102 viewers in you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you very much for being here. If you don't know who we are, we play a lot of tabletop and D&D. It's all interactive, all in the same world. And let me go ahead and give it a second. You have control of Strauss as well, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and do whatever you need to do to make him correct in this moment. But you can spend some time bringing Strauss back. I will burn that card for you and give you a new one.
Good. The gang is back together, Herman and Strauss.
Whilst we're here, can one of the mods, do a shout out for Cody? That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Somebody quick, say something cool so we can keep the viewers.
All right, let me burn that for you. However, are you doing anything else for the moment, Dr. Sidorovich?
I'm just mentally preparing for how to explain certain things today. Once everything is said and done and it gets close to like 8 a.m., I'll start heading upstairs and seeing who else is awake. I'll leave Strauss here to like watch over Evangeline under specific instructions to come bring her back to me if she wakes up.
All right, good to know. Awesome. So, with that done, partially you're waiting for other people to wake up, right?
Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting here till 8 a.m. I'm mostly just doing... You know,
You don't
there's
have
actually
to.
one other thing that I kind of want to do here while I have some time. I want to do some mild experimentation upon the wound extraction that I did on Jeroen's infection. See if there's anything I can come up with in the meantime, or maybe some experimentation that can yield interesting results for later. It's a difficult process, Jeroen's wound, anyway.
Before you get to the chance of doing that, there is something that is going to, or something. Yes. There is something that is going to wake everybody. From outside, and you just about hear this, Dr. Sidorovich, there is a deep, resonant toll. Shudders across the city of Kusnir. It is loud and shakes the morning stillness like very much like a death knell. The sound is slow, very deliberate, heavy with meaning. It rolls over the rooftops, bouncing between stone walls and narrow alleyways as a bell chimes, unnaturally loud. You know, it has to be enhanced with magical ability as it rings out loud 3 times. There is the weight of authority of command. This is the bell that you usually hear when the fog rolls. When the caustic fog rolls in. But those of you that aren't in the basement, and even you, Dr. Sidorovich, will quickly find out that the fog is not here. And it seems louder than usual. This is definitely a warning of something, but for the moment you're not sure what.
Yeah, I could make a guess. I have an education. I'd probably sigh and put my science equipment away. I'll have to work on this infection another day. As we're probably soon going to have quite the day ahead of us. Come on, Herman, let's head upstairs.
As the bell tolls, it is more than loud enough to wake everybody up. And with this, I'm going to pull you all to the meeting room.
Thank God, I've been down here in this hallway, imprisoned. There's no way out, and you don't drag me upwards again.
And that's when Jeroen found out about the Crusher device in the hallway for people who stagnate.
There's a Jeroen dented sort of shape in the Crusher.
Damn it!
Like, comically.
I crushed peanuts today. You can move Strauss back to the lab, Ty, because he's there over watching eventually.
Very good, very good. Alright, I'm a little bit zoomed out at the moment. Relrius is starting to make his way down, but for everybody else, you gather here. Fenric, where are you? Oh, you're already there. There we go. Perfect. Good work.
That bell doesn't usually toll.
No, it doesn't. I have half a mind. I know why it's spelling. It's probably because of the 100 people who died.
I can't imagine that's the case. I mean, who would kill 100 people?
Well, I guess it's about time that we, bring you in on exactly what we've been doing here. You and...
Oh, I know what you did.
By the way, for everyone here, Evangeline came back.
Who?
What do you mean?
Where was she?
Wonderful. I'd love to speak with her.
Well, you're
He's
going
dead
to have
again.
to wait, because she died again.
Oh.
So Evangeline rematerialized inside Rellius's bedroom, apparently. Rellius doesn't know yet, Jeroen?
Was asleep
Ha!
to the entire situation.
Marvelous. Well, here's the kicker. It seems that whatever deal and sacrifices she made to Tiamat are perpetuating her existence upon this material plane. So I'm thinking she's going to wake up and be just fine again, or at least as fine as she can be, missing part of her frontal lobe.
What makes you think that she will come back?
Well, she already did once, and apparently that revival is based on the amusement she can give Tiamat. Knowing Evangeline, she is able to produce quite a bit of that. Now, I have Strauss watching over her in the lab.
Do you think Tiamat is the one bringing everyone else back?
What? Who else? Oh, you mean the elf?
No. The ones we fought a couple days ago? The ghouls?
What do you mean?
I have an inclination that they were the same people as I pull out that amulet that I found on one of them.
Yep.
Yeah? And?
This was on one of those.
Oh, those ghouls that attacked us when we tried to get out of the church. No, that's perfectly normal. They were being feasted on by other ghouls. I assume the infection just took over eventually and made them into ghouls again. Or something else came by and turned them over. I don't blame Tiamat for that. Undead is not her style as much as, death and destruction and chaos. No offense to her again.
Not really my style either. That's why I asked you.
No, those people were bound to transform into ghouls or zombies or something of the like eventually out there in the forest. Anything that dies in those woods is bound to, suffer like that.
This raises a question. You said that Evangeline returned. Returned as undead or returned fully to life?
Well, all indications seem to give me that she was healed somehow. I didn't see the usual necrosis that I normally encounter with undead, except, the fact that she was seemingly alive a few moments ago with healed wounds that shouldn't be as survivable. So whether or not she was really alive or dead, I can't say, but I myself am also kind of in that category. I myself don't have a heartbeat, for example. So.
Try real quick.
Yep.
I know I didn't roll great on my investigation. Did I see sort of the cards being pulled, like that like indicating that Evangeline pulled the cards before she wound up on the floor?
Do me a favor, roll me one more investigation roll. Just as you're thinking back to the scene, because I imagine this is pulling some questions to your mind, right?
Yeah, she because he just mentioned again, so she apparently just died, and I was like, I guess I didn't mention. I'm not sure if I knew that she just fucking pulled the card again.
Ooh, no, that's good.
It's a safe guess.
the first time that you rolled, you were looking for particularly signs of entry into the room, but now thinking back to it, you definitely would have seen that she had a card that was on the floor next to her. Probably maybe some of the others were on the floor close by as well. So I think it's fair that you would know she pulled a card. So you knew she was back alive, not undead alive.
Yeah, so just so as you mentioned her sort of just dying, Jiren would mention she drew a card from her deck again.
And this is exactly why I said Tiamat is going to get plenty of fun out of reviving her constantly. Well,
maybe we should hide that deck?
Mentally making a connection with Strauss, who's within 100 feet. Removed a deck of cards from Evangeline and put it in one of my drawers. Put it in
Well, it would be
the
in
right
Melros's room.
drawer.
I think it would be in Rarroyce's room, no?
I don't know if she has it on her or not still.
No. The cards are still up with Relrius.
Oh, okay, then Strauss does nothing.
Strauss confused, just kind of like checking it, was like, oh, there's no cards. What does he want me to do?
Strauss puts a bucket over his head. Instructions unclear. Well, that certainly explains then what happened. She did really come back to life and decided to nope out of it as quickly as she could. I have no control over this whatsoever. The man of the hour has arrived.
What are we discussing?
Your wife came back.
You see, he just turns pale as he looks to you. What?
Yes,
Where?
she's currently downstairs in the lab. Apparently, Tiamat has decided to revive her, put her in your bed, and then she pulled one of her cards again and died in the process, and now she's downstairs.
Wow,
being knocked over by Strauss.
you complain about me not being able to beat up your underling, and then you have your dead wife in your bed and you don't even notice.
You see him just completely lost for words in this moment as he's trying to make some sort of sense. Because you just made it very much sound like his wife is still alive and then delivered that she is once again dead. And so
he's
he is
very confused.
It is a roller coaster today.
even for Relrius, that's a lot. You know what I mean? To take in.
You want to know the best part about it? I don't know how Tiamat is bringing her alive, because by all accounts and purposes, she is undoubtedly extremely dead. Missing part of your frontal lobe is not good for one's health. I don't know. Don't look at me. There's magic involved. I even used identification, and the collector confirmed as much that Tiamat is playing a game with her, and she's just gonna revive her as much as it makes her funny bone jiggle, whatever.
So Tiamat well and truly has her claws into Evangeline.
Balls and all 5 heads, I assume.
Relrius looks over to you, Sir Gift. Did you know about this?
She said something about Tiamat talking to her, but that's about it.
If Tiamat has actively taken an interest in I need time to process this. What was that bell for?
I have no idea, but it can't be anything good.
Do you want me to send Alda to go look?
That's a good idea. Send Alda out.
Meanwhile, there's another concerning matter that...
Oh, wonderful. More concerns. What now?
Yes. It's about the child that came here according for Vin to extort us.
Oh, yes. Did you deal with that situation?
Well, we cleaned it up, but apparently whatever money was given to her was stolen by an assassin who killed her. I did an investigation of the body to just find out who exactly it was sent towards us, and none of this adds up.
Whoever they are, they're good. I did a thorough investigation of the area and couldn't find any evidence of him being there at all. But the bolt must have come from somewhere.
Dr. Sidorfitz pulls out some parchment, and on it he has written down his questions and his answers that he got. After I did a total examination of the child, I found out that they are exceptionally healthy and well kept. They are not a vagrant child. They are a child of somewhere higher up in the city. Very least, very well cared for and sheltered. They had initials. Where were those initials? Were they T and F, or were they something else? I thought I wrote those down, but I apparently didn't.
YL.
YL on their clothing. Does anyone know any houses here with those initials, maybe?
Can I roll a history? Do I know anybody?
Anybody here that has been in the city for more than like a month or so is allowed to roll a history here. See if you can pull any noble house names.
Not been in the city, but I've been in the.
Wow.
Yeah, that in Berghof. That's fine.
What was it? History.
I know exactly who this is.
History.
I didn't know last night.
Oh shit!
That's very bad.
You haven't been here for a month, have you?
No, I've been in Berghof for a month. I've not been in Kusnir for a month.
Okay.
Which probably explains this.
Yeah. Fenric, you run through your mind trying to figure out some of the houses. The problem is the Y is kind of unhelpful here because presumably that was the child's name, right? But the L, presumably, working off the idea that this is a monogram, would be the house name. But there are several houses that begin with an L, so you can call all of them back to mind.
So to run down certain options here, the child also, after I used magic, a speak with dead, explained to me that they don't know exactly where they live, they couldn't name the street name, of course, but they live between the castle and the barracks area. A very well-off area, all things considered.
Does that help pinpoint anything or no?
Roll me an investigation with advantage, please, Fenric. You know pretty much all the names and the houses and different things. All right, 16, 24.
24.
Oh, I really need to sneeze. All right, so it narrows it down to 2. Both of which are in the region that he describes to you because it's a fairly small area, but it's also where you get the highest concentration of sort of noble families and people like this. It could either be House Lirathen. I will write these down for you in a moment so that you know.
Thank you.
Or it could be Liskova. And again, don't worry about that. Both these houses are sort of military-based, high-ranking. Both would be in that region, well off. It could honestly be either, from the information you know. But it narrows it down to 2 houses to check, so that really helps.
It could be either of those 2 houses. We could investigate further to see if anyone's missing a child.
Well, maybe this will help further. The child also specified that the job that they got wasn't from, like, Vin or Vagrant or something like that. It was from someone in their house by the name of Nick. A female with brown hair, orange eyes, pointy ears, and according to the child, always smiling. But I just take that with a grain of salt. I think that's just a child's interpretation. But they might be some sort of servant of the house that is very frequent in there. Or another member in there.
I still don't recall anyone named Nick. But I feel like if we do scope out the 2 places, if we find someone with those details, that would easily tell us which house.
Yes, and then there is, of course, the main question. Is it Vin that is attempting to extort us, or is it someone else? I don't think it's Vin. And I'm mostly basing that on the fact that the number asked for was kind of ludicrous. Maybe considerable, but ludicrous. The fact that Vin would be aware of what we have done also means that he's playing a very dangerous game here if he was extorting us like this. And that the child does not match the the type of person Vin would send for this kind of extortion. High-ranking noble child only to be killed after she's walking away with some money. Absolute waste and too much difficulty and risk involved. Better to just pick a vagrant off the street. Urchins are plenty in the city, and let one of them knock on our door. Much less of a problem there than using this particular child.
Well, it would be crazy if Vin's the one that killed her. That would be pretty funny.
It would be a bit bizarre. As I found out in the medical investigation of the child, whoever killed him, yes, they were probably an assassin, but absolute overkill, poisoned, crossed and everything. Way too much, really. A rushed job, if anything. I have a sneaky suspicion that the person who's trying to extort us might have been the person who tried to kill you, Lord Relius.
In that case, do you think there's a chance they are trying to actually set Vin up for some reason?
Probably, because they might have been aware that the only way we could have known or maybe gotten information is using Vin, and they're hoping to throw us off his trail. They might just be acting completely independently, because let's also be honest, for a person like Vin, despite the atrocity that we may have committed, information and trust are his bread and butter. Selling people out this obviously and doing it this way is not very good for his business.
This is all well and good, but I think we're basing quite a lot of this on guesswork. Educated guesswork, but guesswork nonetheless.
True.
We need to follow up on the suspicions.
But we should try our best to indeed find Vin and contact him again.
Well, I may know someone that can do that for us, and I will play the Becky card.
We'll play the Becky card. Oh god, Becky, right. Where's Ven?
What are you... So, just to play this... You can play this card to gain a local criminal contact. What are you trying to ascertain from the criminal contact?
I'm going to send Alder when he gets back to reach out to someone that is good at locating people specifically.
Alright. Okay. Not a problem. Alder, by the way, he did come into the room. What would you have told him to do? Because I assumed you guys had probably had a conversation to the side, so I sent him off again. What was the first thing you wanted to do?
I would have commanded him to take Zarlin and find out what happened to cause the bells and what is going on. And get back with that information as soon as they can.
Okay. You tell him that. He runs off. This conversation continues as it has. We'll get to the card in just a moment when he returns, because he returns very quickly. Hey, he bursts in full crackhead energy as he jumps into the room, and then quickly silences himself as he sort of shrinks a little bit, and then very obviously side shuffles along to you, Sir Gift. And he leans in almost uncomfortably close as he says this to you. I don't know if you want the others. I don't know what's happening. I don't want to interrupt. But would appear the city is sort of in complete lockdown. A little bit.
Oh my.
Nobody in, nobody out. Duke's orders.
Oh boy.
So we don't hear this, or we do hear this?
What's your passport? Hang on.
It's not as high as my other characters, but it's fairly high.
18 is enough. If you have passive perception 15 plus, you can hear this, because Alder's not a particularly subtle Dragon Ball.
Do I hear it because I'm so close, even though I only have a 13? Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You're in that little bit, so yeah, you hear it.
So...
The city's on lockdown.
Oh yeah, full lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out.
You reckon the remaining clerics of the Mother have this much influence?
Well, no, it's more so that probably the people who were married to various people in the military and other high-born nobles are starting to realize that their wives might be dead. Or their daughters.
Was it a predominantly noble club? I've attended some of their meetings in Chiswell, and I don't know if they were all nobles.
Let me just tell you, between the people we saw there, most of them at the very least had some degree of money. These weren't riff-raffs that came from the lower houses of Kusnir.
The Mother's Church is predominantly a very well-off cult, yeah. And it is very much a way for people with money and influence to keep their money and influence and effectively give other people money and influence. So they also look for members that would be useful to them, and they promote them in order to, help them out. But there are certainly no poor members because they wouldn't accept you. Even if you are useful to them and you are not well off, you will soon become well off from being part of the cult.
Actually, now I think about it, maybe it was just the incense and the, let's call it lavish attitude.
Well, whatever the case, it's probably related to this event that the city has entered full lockdown. Finn has to be found rather quickly, Sir Zyron, because we now need to know who is the other rat.
Alder, go find Vin, or find someone that knows how. Use the same methods we had before.
So wait, no one in and out of the city, are they congesting inner city transport as well?
Seems like there's a lot more guards walking around than usual. But other than that, still people moving around in the city. It's quite quiet. Generally, I didn't go very far. I didn't have to find out what was going on before somebody was like, "Hey, go back in your building."
The people in the city will expect us to be haughty and self-important. So if we just project that, then with any luck, they'll just see us as irritated about the situation.
What, you want me to do what?
Don't worry about it, just be yourself.
Just do
Am
as
I haunting?
No, you are a servant and therefore have all of the information you need already. And they'll see that, I think.
He just turns slightly confused and looks to Sir Gift for, like, is that right?
Just be yourself, Alder. Never change.
Great. Never change.
He's never going to come back.
He's never going to change his clothes ever again.
And he runs off into the streets of Kusnir to find a criminal contact for you.
I do apologize, Sir Gift. I might have confused your servant there.
It really isn't that hard to do.
Okay.
Alder works best on simple, straightforward information. Don't overcomplicate what you want him to do. Just tell him what you want him to do and he'll do it. Anyway, I have been preparing for this eventuality already a little bit ahead of time. With the artifacts collected from the Church of the Mother and the various notes Finn gave us, we have plenty of evidence that we can plant in order to divert suspicion should the need arise. Actually, the need is arising already, but we need to find the proper person to put this on who seems to have the ability to have done what they've done. And then we need to work a little bit more of that, social engineering magic in order to get them properly convicted. It's not yet the perfect time for this plan, however, though. So for now, we should focus on the task at hand. which is getting through the day and finding out who is actually trying to extort us. And I suppose this is also a very good moment to ask our latest acquisition what exactly she can do. And I'm looking at Vivian's character, whose name I'm forgetting because of her over.
Arabella.
Annabella.
Annabelle.
Anna Marie.
Anna Marie.
Wow, we were all wrong.
Excuse me.
Just show me that damn name of the token, please. There you go. And
Too long, my shield is covering us.
You have the floor, Anne Marie. What are you good at?
Suppose I'm good at a few things. If you need someone to sneak around, I could perhaps make my way through town. I'm undetected, as it were. Besides that, in this situation, I'm not sure how else I could help.
so you have access to magic that enables stealth. Well,
More or less, yeah.
healing magic as well, I assume.
If you need to recover, yeah, I can keep you stable, perhaps.
Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. Right. Time to inform both you and Lady Luquel exactly about the goings-ons, because, well, you're guilty by association just from living under this roof, so it's also in your best interest to keep this all silent. About 2 nights ago, our party partook in the assistance of Sir Zyron Gift for a trial for his deity Tiamat. And we entered into the woods in order to find the Church of the Mother, where, well, to find a point on it, we basically killed everyone inside and then left. These people have been thoroughly trashed at Speak with Dead is most likely useless on them, and they've been gnawed on by God knows how many undead at this point. But if they have found out about what is going on, and given the status these ladies had in this church, it's about to get a little rough and tumble out here, so get ready for a lot of subversion and, well, I don't know, probably even more weirdness to occur here. Welcome to Kuznia.
I'm familiar with Kirsner, and this sounds about normal, especially when Sir Zyron is involved, but that's why it's fun, isn't it?
I mean, the mass murdering of 100 people is considered quite an event, so this is not going to fly over easy. Anyway, I believe I am correct in my assumption that our current focus should be to find Vin, and to also uncover if there is indeed someone else trying to extort us. Matter being so open and blasé about it.
If you are going to go and find this noble, whoever it might be, please keep in mind, at least in the back of your mind whilst you're out there, this is the next step in our grand plan, is also to gather allies. People that can assist us in, well, he looks around to the sort of few new people he doesn't know as well, which is to say, mainly just Amory and for our goal, we need all of the friends in the city that we can get.
Right. Although this particular noble family, though, sent the child, we do not want them to know what happened to the child, or at least that we know what happened to the child, because there is no more child.
Maybe don't mention that part to them.
Yeah. It's
Well,
going to be busy.
good luck to you all. If you need me, I shall be remaining here for the day. Good luck.
I assume a bunch of us have various other duties to attend to, so in the spirit of trying our best to keep this organized, I would suggest a few parties to go out with some plans. Sir Fenric as a gift, Lady Luquen. How would it be if the three of you were to investigate this area where the noble child came from and see if you can discover which house it actually is? Don't engage with the nobles yet, just see what you can uncover there.
Seems like it shouldn't be too difficult.
Good.
Don't see why not.
I have no objection.
Lady Anna Marie, Jeroen, do either of you have a specific task you need to undertake?
Druin does nod. Oh, Ella's back.
And there's Alva, crashing in.
I was about to say something, but I assume Ella is kind of like,
There's again a very awkward
Yeah.
silence as he crashes into the room full of energy and then just freezes still, waiting as to not interrupt. Completely oblivious to the fact that he's already,
Interrupted.
Yeah.
fully interrupted. Yeah. So just looks at you to carry on talking, Jeroen, but in the most awkward way possible.
Okay. Sorry. Druin will say, given task by Rare Royce, recruiting help.
Interesting.
Have ideas, but lockdown might make things difficult.
Would you like maybe someone to accompany you for the recruitment process?
He thinks for a moment of himself, judging his abilities, but he then sort of nods. Some assistance.
Anna Marie, would you be so kind as to come along with Jeroen? It would be a good way for you to also see some more of Kusnir itself, and you could probably be of assistance there as well.
I can do my best.
Excellent. Alda! I didn't see you there!
I tried to come in quietly so I didn't disturb anything.
It's not like I couldn't hear you down the hall, actually outside of the house. But go ahead!
I mean, you heard him slam the metal gate out the front of the house, let alone everything else. Right, well, oh shit. He looks around for a moment, clearly having lost his train of thought. Oh, okay, so I found the guy, and he looks and very badly tries to wink, but just ends up blinking at you, Sir Gift. I found the guy. He's on it. He's looking for. Wait, shit. Was I meant to bring him here, or was I just meant to tell him?
Just get the process started. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. All right, wonderful. Yeah, he's on it. He's gonna find that son of a bitch, Vin, and he's gonna let us know when he's found him.
Good.
Perfect.
Was that it? Did I do good?
Well, it seemed like you had another thing, because you said, first thing, I found that guy you were looking for.
Me?
Did you learn more about what the reasons for the lockdown, or was it still as vague as ever?
People are missing, apparently. Like a lot of people by the sounds of it.
Well, this party is about to get started.
Yeah, like apparently it's really important people too, and like a bunch of them have been missing. They apparently yesterday they were worried about him, and today they still haven't turned. Like they didn't show up last night, so the whole place is just in like chaos. Basically, there's dead people in the street. I saw some dead people. That was kind of cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but like in the middle of town, some people tried to steal some stuff, and the guards just killed them.
Be on your best behavior if you're going outside, everyone.
I'm always on my best behavior. I'm a.
What on earth do you mean?
About the dead people or by my behavior?
No, I'm just saying that the gods are itchy and are looking for people who are causing even the smallest kind of trouble. Punishing theft with death on spot is not usually how it goes. Anyway, I shall be going to my clinic because I've been missing days there for a while now, so let's see if maybe I can learn something through there between the people that come in, all worried and all that. And we will meet back here. Shall we meet back here at around 2? Is that good for everyone?
Yeah, it works for me.
I suppose I can do that.
Hey, Doc, can I ask you a question about your clinic?
Sure.
Actually, I've got 2 questions. Can I ask both?
Sure.
Alright. One, do you just use the clinic as a way to get bodies?
No.
Oh. 2,
2 was related to number 1, wasn't it?
oh, no. Are you gonna deal with the itchy guards?
I was going to ask that. Do they not have any kind of bombs up here?
Sorry,
Cream.
Yes. Poultices.
Itchy gods. I said twitchy.
Oh!
Like they're turning purple?
The early signs of Parkinson's, perhaps.
I'm leaving now.
Bye.
Come on. You're leaving for the clinic. Let's get our bag. And I look to everyone again. I'll see you back here at around 2. Let's stick to our duties and try and uncover what we can. Keep your ears open for rumors, too.
Alright. Rumors. What? Risen, you want a game of Pong?
Brunso nods to the room as he's about to leave as well, and so if he looks at Anna Marie, so like stares down at her. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, I suppose.
He nods again and then heads for the front door to get out of here.
Alright.
Is Siren going out solo? Is he just going to leave on his own?
Try and move.
He doesn't
So-
need no party.
Is everybody just scattering at this point? Is that the plan?
I mean,
here?
that's what it sounded like. Yeah.
I mean, look, I
Scatter.
didn't have a better plan at the moment, but it seems like what we mostly need is information. Various people are getting information. Jerome needs to get more bodyguards, and now seems as good a time as any to just start looking into it. Requelia is adept at what she needs to do for this information gathering. The gift is a capable fighter, and Fenric knows the locations. And I have my clinic where I might also learn something, and I need to also get back to that for a bit. You know, I can't just always keep the door closed there.
Very, very good of you.
So
Very good
are
of
we? Are me, Fenric, and Gift all taking our NPCs with us?
It's up to you, not to me.
I'm not taking mine.
Oh,
You never take yours.
I will eventually. It's gonna be a great character progression, okay?
Yeah.
you. The
what
NPC.
from not here to here?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good finally seeing half the other class, you know?
That classic,
exactly.
that classic hero arc. Not here to here.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. All right, let me get a quick count then of where everybody's going, as we are just like fucking scattering. So, Gift, where are you going?
With Fenric, Raquel to see if we can find any more information about where that kid came from and that family.
All right, so you're going to go follow up that line.
Before I leave, I am going to instruct. I'm going to instruct. Where the fuck is she? Oh, I can't find her. Lauren and Felin, but mainly if I can find her on the maps. Oh, there she is. Fucking hell, Essa. Instruct them to dress like locals, and especially for Felin and Lauren to dress like servants, and just start doing servant things around the house. They are wearing high collared attire to hide the collars of Lolth that they have on them.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, they are just behaving like normal people, and because of Relrius's race, it just sort of makes sense that they would be here.
All right, that's cool. That works.
Just to maintain the illusion.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so I want to be clear. Fenric, Raquel, Gift, you're all going together. That's good. Jeroen and Anne-Marie, it looks like you're sticking together as well for the moment, right?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Doctor said so. Doctor's orders, right?
Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders, baby. All right, and what do the two of you do?
Like we're meant to like recruit people, so as like as someone familiar with Kusnir, would I know like a good place to go? Maybe like tavern or inn or whatever, where like we could possibly find sympathetic people.
Notoriously trustworthy people found in taverns.
Finding sympathetic people in Kusnir, sympathetic to just fucking anything, is very difficult. Now, I know that, Jeroen, I think you specifically wanted to look for mercenaries of the Venerated Hound, right?
Yes, June has a plan already.
Okay.
June, before leaving as well, would have, as he sort of halfway remembers something, he quickly goes over here in just one of the side rooms, picks up pen and paper and starts writing something up. So that will take a couple minutes.
Okay.
Doesn't Evangeline have an ongoing... Well, she did when she was alive, have an ongoing contract with the Venerated Hound?
Sorry, you were quite quiet there, Jack. What did you say?
Sorry. Evangeline, when she was alive, had an ongoing contract for arms with the Venerated Hound, as I recall.
Yeah, I mean, amongst some other things, but yeah.
Yes. Like an open business relationship. I don't know much more than that.
The Venerated Hound are very professional. Let's put it that way.
They are incredibly professional. They're connected to Evangeline's family, who disowned her, but she kept in touch with them so that she got her weapons from them, and so on and so forth.
Have you told us about that?
Not in game. You've lived with her for the good part of a year. Everyone else has lived with her for nearly a decade, so they would know. In fact, it's probably quite a lot of those contracts were probably written in Relrius's name instead of hers when they got married.
Well, since I'm gonna bring up the name Conray,
yeah.
Conray. So maybe they'll come up and help. Hopefully, I wasn't aware of that. That's good. But yeah, no, Jeroen's just gonna sort of write up a request and basically sort of half a contract to facilitate and quicken sort of business, since Jeroen has trouble speaking. So he's clearly gonna sort of like pen down that sort of thing. He's having a little bit of trouble, but he is more than usual, at least, since his sort of exhaustion. But he'll try his best, just sort of matter of factly get to the point, and then he'll sort of, as soon as he's he is done, we will head out to wherever their sort of outpost or headquarters here in Kuznir is.
Yep. All right, so the two of you are going. You know where the Venerated Hounds. They have a hall that isn't far off the military district. All right.
Actually, Jeroen, since he has a little assistant now, Anna Marie over there, he'll actually hand over the contract to Anna Marie so she can fact check it. So it's like just to get two eyes on it. Since Jeroen feels a little bit out of it. He didn't have any sleep, so
Contract is with one R, not two.
Yeah. See, I would have gotten that wrong.
Woodbury would look it over and be like, "Yeah, this. I think this seems good enough."
He nods, and then we'll head out and about. How long is this sort of? Would we have to walk until we get there?
5
I might
minutes.
do something on the way. Or just 5 minutes that close?
Let me pull you to the map of Kuznir.
I don't know exactly the places.
If you're going to the
Yeah.
bakery on the way there, they recently ran out of stock for some reason.
No, I'm not
Okay.
going there.
Venerated Hound.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close. Look at that.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It's not too bad at all. All right. Perfect. We're going to do this in order. So I've got a note of where everybody is going. So we're gonna work through these ones in order. But
There is one thing though as well for me.
yeah, hit me.
Before leaving, I will first of all see that Strauss has not taken the deck. Realize that the deck might still be upstairs. Into Relius's room, find the deck, put that in my doctor's bag, and be like, "Stupid deck."
Does he lock his room before he leaves? That's the question.
I don't think he really cares who wanders in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. You would find the deck. It is it had been dropped, and it's now put neatly on the side table next to the bed. The bed has not been made. It's not a pretty sight.
Oh,
Say
I'm
no
so
more.
happy that my sense of smell has been severely reduced by conditioning.
It's impressive that anywhere in this house smells worse than your basement.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
and Relrius didn't notice until he came downstairs that something was wrong.
You know how it is when you wake up, you're groggy,
Well,
it's
hang on.
just
There's
like,
just a
those
big,
things.
big stank in the bed next to you, just like, oh, fuck it, I'll deal with that later.
I feel like we're talking about different stanks here.
Oh,
The-
okay.
Yeah.
The stank I'm smelling is the stank of people who go down in the bedroom constantly.
Do the nasty. I thought it was like, oh, there's just gore from where she was
No.
lying there for a while.
No, because your corpse when you awoke in the bed, you were effectively like cleaned and healed.
Oh yeah, sanitized. That's weird.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
only
it's
thing that
obviously someone
Relrius,
revives in your bedroom.
Yeah, Tiamat looking down was like, professionals have standards.
Well, to be
the
honest,
only thing
even-
Relrius would have noticed that would have been out of place when he awoke was the fact that the deck was like on the floor, basically. But
It must have
even
already
with
been
that,
ominous. That's scary to him.
which would have been, something to think about, but wouldn't have been an immediate my wife that shot herself in the head yesterday has been reborn in our bed, and then do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no. I made my comment based on the fact that I thought that the unpleasantness was the gore, but it isn't. So that's
no,
fine.
it was the events of last night before you arrived. that
Wow,
was-
getting freaky with it. Fair enough.
was,
and the night
it was the
before
cause.
that.
God damn, I said use my servants, but boy,
But we're gonna move
I wasn't
past that.
expecting-
Anyway,
We're gonna move
I
past
pick
that.
up the deck, press the digitation on that, press the digitation on the fucking bed. Why is the ground sticky? I leave that thinking to myself, I am the one with the necromantic lab, and my lab is cleaner than his room.
Oh god. Oh, grim.
I have a bit of a moment for that. But then I go downstairs, go to Strauss.
I'd like to think.
I tell Strauss the following command: if she wakes up, help her, but do not kill anyone for her or reveal your identity. And then on a piece of paper, I will write, and I will put this in the chat while I'm writing it. But I'm gonna write a piece of paper for Strauss to hold for eventually when she wakes up. So at least there's some conversation to be had with her in our absence.
Okay.
And then,
Understood.
I'm gonna head over to the Gentle Cure with all my supplies for,
With Dr. Sidorovich wandering around the house, basically alone at this point, apart from maybe the servants who are still cleaning somewhere else, I'd like to think that he walks into a room and one of the music boxes starts just tinkling away in the background without anyone touching it.
He likes the music boxes. He doesn't worry too much about them.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I like that too. Yeah, just idea you walk in.
I like the idea that Evangeline set it up like a system where occasionally there's like a sensor and it knows when you've walked into a room and will just start playing the creepiest of all of the songs or something. Just happens sometimes.
All right. With that, we're going to jump over to Fenric, Rikella, and Gift as you make your way through the streets. The very first thing I need is for Fenric to go ahead and roll me a d10, please. Not a 6, dude.
We're going on a trip in a favorite rocket ship.
A 6 is the worst possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. No, a 6, this is for something that's about to happen. But before it happens, we are going to take a break.
6 Vecnas.
6 Vecnas.
6 Vecnas.
We're going to take a break. So guys, let me give you a 10-minute timer now. Let's pop that up. And cool, I will talk to you all in a moment. But to everybody that's with us in Twitch for a second, hey, welcome in. Thank you for being here. It's fucking lovely to have you. We are at our midway point, so we will be back in a little under 10 minutes now to carry on this craziness. Thank you for all the follows and the sorry, people being loud, and the subs. This is Orc Skull Studio, so we play a bunch of games. This is one of our Dust and Blood and Greyhawk campaigns, of which we have 4 running every single week that are all interconnected, interwoven, and all of them have stream interaction. So if you want to affect the story and change the way things are going down or change the way things are happening, you are able to do that. We run pretty much every day and we have a bunch of new games starting. If you want to get involved in any of it, then join the Discord. We've been doing this for a long time now, and hopefully we're going to keep doing it for a long time. We do a bunch of events as well and a bunch of cool stuff. So yeah, just thank you for being here. We're going to be gone for 10 minutes, but it will give you a chance to... we have a bunch of cards to tell you a little bit more about the characters while we're gone. So stick around. We'll be back in like 8 minutes now, and we'll continue with this Doom. This is quite a dark game that you've come in on as well. This is probably one of the darkest games that you've walked in on, so hopefully you like dark games. Thank you, Mel, for throwing that up. Yeah, and until then, enjoy learning a little bit more about the characters, but we'll see you shortly. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Please, to my lovely players, make sure you hit that back button if you're back. I'll do the same. There we go. Perfect. Mel, Jovial, if you're back, hit that back button.
I'm back. Dabba-dee, dabba-dabba, dabba-dee.
Lovely. Thank you. All right. We are back. We're going to start off with Fenric, Raquella, and Gift.
I got a 6.
You did get a 6. Go ahead and move yourselves on the map to kick us off. You are heading towards the blue circle.
Oh yeah.
As you
Go
get to
this
the
way, guys.
main town square, the main central part, firstly, well, you notice a few things. Sorry. Somebody said thank you as Ty in the chat, and that always confused the hell out of me, because I'm like, what? Anyway, you notice a few things. Gone is the gilded grandeur that is usually here, that is usually on display here. It's kind of a false display of wealth. Not that they don't have it, just that it feels like covering up a lot of darkness with some bunting and banners, but it's gone at the moment. And instead you see some of the houses in this central part of instead started to hang black banners in their place. The usual hum of power and the quiet decadence of whispered deals and hushed conversation has been swallowed by silence today. The only sound that greets you is the occasional sobbing and crying noises from shuttered windows and the sound of the rain hitting the cobbled streets around you. The noble houses and homes of this area sit cold and somber, stained glass windows dim with just the occasional flickering candle or light from the other side. You see officers, members of the guard standing in tense clusters looking around, occasionally stopping people talking in hushed voices and asking very probing questions with pointing fingers jabbing into chests. Black-clad servants are moving through the street occasionally, and you notice that the Black Mask Opera has large cancelled signs all around what would otherwise be promotional boards advertising.
Looks like they lost some of the cast, or perhaps their funding.
Fenric,
Yes.
you spot something else. You spot just a little something extra to the side of this. Down one of the alleyways, you see somebody scrawling on a wall. You see red paint in a bucket as they scrawl something onto the wall. From where you are, you can't make out what it is. But as they turn and see you, and see the fact that you have seen them, they drop the bucket, red paint going everywhere, and they scurry off down one of the alleyways away from you.
God, I don't want to start running down. I'll just walk down the alleyway to see what they are writing on the wall.
Roll me a investigation, please.
Beep. Investigation. I know
Look at that, man.
everything.
Oh, sorry, you sneeze. The first thing that you notice as you get here, so what it actually reads is matrons shall return. It is smeared with red, but it is not paint. This is blood that runs down the wall of one of these buildings.
I'll just look towards Sir Gift and Raquella. Did they obviously saw me go down the alleyway? I would assume.
Of course.
This can't be good.
Sorry, what did it say again? The matrons will return.
Shall return. I put it in the chat as well for you.
Oh, right, okay.
The matrons shall return. Raquella, with your 18 passive perception, you see a group of guards now heading towards the alleyway to investigate as well.
Classic.
Does it look like they saw us go into the alleyway, or are they coming from the other side?
No, they're coming from the same side. They saw you go into the alleyway, and they thought they should investigate, basically. But they are fast approaching the alleyway at this point.
I'm just going to turn around to the guards. I think... What am I dressed like? I'm probably dressed like a classic sort of noblewoman in the city.
Okay.
You know, the sort of Georgian-style dress with the big sort of back bit and the extra ruffles everywhere.
Yep.
Is this happening all over the city?
I ask the first guard that comes within talking distance.
You see, he takes a moment, like scanning the situation and seeing. Let me pull up your character sheet. 2 seconds. Roll me just a persuasion at this point, please.
Mm-hmm. Persuasion. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
You see, looks at you taking into account the whole situation here. He looks at this. It's happening all over the city. What are you doing here? What's your business out on the streets at the moment?
Well, for a start, we were curious, but we were going to visit a business associate. We were worried that maybe they'd been affected. We are allowed to be in the streets, yes?
As long as you've got good reason, you're allowed. And you don't try to interfere with any of our investigations, then yes.
I sort of step out of the way, gesturing towards the alleyway.
Do apologize, be my guest.
I won't interfere, but the guy that just wrote this just ran down the alley that way.
What did they look like?
Did I see what they looked like?
Roll me, this is a little bit retrograde, but perception, just to see how good of a glance you got. It was all very quick. I thought you were about to roll another fucking nat 20.
I know, it was close.
No, firstly, it seemed to be a younger girl, probably mid-20s. Oh god, I'm old. Sorry.
You can't say that every time you say like mid-20s or something.
I referred to somebody as a kid yesterday and then realized they were 24, and I was like, Anyway.
Okay, you can't do that.
Anyway, yeah. So like mid-20s, but they were wearing all black, like muchly covered up. You only got like a quick glance at them. They had a hood up, but they turned to look at you, and it's only at that point that you got like a proper look at their face. You're pretty sure they had elven features, so not necessarily a full elf, but potentially half elf. Dark hair, very straight, very sharp features, very pale skin. Other than that, that's about it.
Well, they were wearing almost the same type of garb that I am. But they were a female around like 20-ish. Elven features, dark hair. She had her hood up, so look for someone with their hood up, I guess.
He looks at you with a little bit of annoyance at that last bit. And
It's
what
just
if they
raining
take the
up
hood
into everyone.
down? All right, none of this nonsense.
For a younger elf?
He just looks confused for a moment and then like ignores you effectively and looks to the other two. This business you've got, what sort of business is it?
We don't have business at present. We're going to see if they have been affected by this.
And who is they?
and peer over. Wait, do I remember who they were? Sidorovich isn't with us, were they?
Sidorovich is not with you, right?
Well,
Sometimes you gotta fly on your own, and that's
I was just Sidorovich isn't with us, so I was just trying to figure out how much we would have been told at this point.
it's one of two houses, either Lyrathan or Liskova. That's what you got earlier.
We're going to House Liskova at the moment.
Right. They're nearby. Alright, checks out.
Thank God.
Go on then, scurry along. Don't linger in the streets, not today. You'll get yourselves in trouble that way.
Alright.
And they sort of push past you a little bit as they move to the wall where the message is, and you just see them looking up for a moment, just taking it all in as you make your way along. Are you heading to Liskova first?
Yeah, we said that we would, so we might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
All right. You come across the house. Fenric, you lead the way. You know where the Liskova manor is. I'm not sure why how you got a nat 20 and like why you know so much about all of the noble houses, but I'm sure it's for totally plausible reasons.
I'd say a lot of them probably go to the casino to make money, and maybe I've talked to them and they've said, "Oh, I'm from." Maybe not like the main house people, but like their servants or whatever, and say, "Oh, I'm from this house over here."
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know that House Liskova, I'll give you a little bit more information then because of that. You know that House Liskova is very much into the arts in general. Like they do help to fund the opera house, and they do some other things around. They quite often host sort of extravagant social events, often raising money for, for arts and for plays to be put on and for all sorts of things like that. Their crest is a golden sun on a silver background, meant to represent a mirror. As you make your way to the house, you see there are 4 large guards. They are not town guards. These just appear to be armored individuals. They do not show any sort of heraldry or anything that would indicate who they are. They are just 4 heavily armored individuals standing outside the house at the moment. And as you approach, you go, "What do you want?"
Before we approach, as we're walking over there, I'd probably talk to Sir Gift and Raquella.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is our story if they ask us? Sending condolences for Relrius? I mean, we've lost our own, we could say.
That is a fantastic point. I do have a question though. Are we going with the Evangeline was one of the dead in this situation, or are we not mentioning her at all?
Not sure if it's a good idea to mention her as the dead if she keeps coming back.
True, but I mean to say that when it comes to noble ladies going missing, we have one of our own. So perhaps...
That was kind of the lead I was going with.
Works for me.
I mean, hopefully she stops coming back. I don't know.
Well, whatever it is. The problem is that we don't yet have an alibi as for why we're here. Those guards seem to accept us coming to this specific house as a reason for us to be out, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for the people living in these houses, especially when we can't narrow it down to one of 2, which house it is specifically who's missing a daughter.
Which actually, bringing that up, they're probably all missing. A lot of people.
There are plenty of people missing.
How do we pinpoint one child?
I suspect, well, I don't want to assume, but just checking, you didn't kill any children at this chapel, did you?
I mean, there were some younger people there, but they could still be their child. I mean, a 20-year-old child is still someone's child.
I mean, small children.
No, but I feel like we can't go there asking if they are missing a small child.
No, I'm aware of that. I just wanted to check because, like, this would be the only person in the city who has specifically lost a child in this disappearance.
True.
I don't know a great deal, but I suspect even a drow mother would be incredibly distraught over the death of a daughter. Cannot imagine it being any different up here. Perhaps we should play the... We don't...
How close do we live from this place?
Do you live?
Yeah, how close is ours place from this place?
We're over here.
You're on the map. Yeah.
Oh, that's a fair distance, isn't it?
It's like here, though. According to this, 70 foot, but that's wrong. But yeah, like 10 minutes.
Well, that's really close.
Yeah, so like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Perhaps we should claim that we saw their girl, in the streets, but we lost her again. Do you reckon that would be a good story? We saw their child in the streets. We managed to corner her for just long enough to ask their name. And
we don't know her name.
Do we not know her name?
We know her initials that were on her clothing.
That's annoying. Why didn't... Oh, never mind. Right. In that case, let's say we noticed some initials on her and that she was of high birth, most likely, and we were coming around here to ask after a missing girl that we met. Concerned citizenry.
The most suspicious kind.
Yeah,
Oh, shut up.
With that, I mean, they're no longer alive, so...
They don't know that, though.
They will when it comes to weeks.
Well, I'm sure they will when it comes to weeks, but we just have to say that we've seen her, not that we managed to... Well, that she got away, so to speak.
Ty, it's not like, not unnormal for children to just be wandering the streets without their parents, right?
It's incredibly abnormal in this city, I imagine.
No, it's pretty abnormal, yeah.
Okay, so if we went in there and said, "Hi, we have seen... She got away, but we've seen a child with these initials. We're looking for the parents. Because we are concerned citizens."
So let me go a little bit deep on that. It's abnormal in the center of the city, right? Because typically people are like more well off. So if you do see a child wandering alone, the guards are likely to stop them and like try and assist in that situation. People can be bastards, but probably not to that degree. There is a higher sort of concentration of things like orphans and homeless population when you are outside of the city walls, and so it would be a little bit more normal there, or at least not.
But we were
much.
In the head of the Tower District.
Sure, but I'm just giving you more general context.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys hate my idea in any particular way, or is it like, do you have a better one?
I mean, it could work, especially because we're so far away. They were near our house, necessarily.
Yes.
Sure. Well, I can do the talking. If you like.
You do seem like a better talker.
Feel free.
Wonderful.
If you need
I'm
backup,
going,
just nudge.
I'm going to wander up to those guards. What were the initials again?
LY or YL?
YL.
Yeah, YL.
What was the name of the house here?
Liskova.
Liskova and what was the other one called?
Larathan.
Larathan, yes.
Larathan.
Larathan.
Okay, I wander up towards the Liskova guards.
What's your business?
Begging of your pardon, kind sirs. I have recently moved into Kusnia to meet with my brother. You don't need to know this, it's fine. A very strange occurrence happened near his house in the Tower District. We saw a young girl dressed nobly, and she had the initials YL on her coat. Before she was able to get away, a child walking alone, we managed to ask her where she was from, and she said she was from around this area. I was wondering if you knew of any missing children of this Liskova family, given the L.
They didn't mention it, and we're pretty new in the post here.
I see.
Feel like they probably would have mentioned a missing child.
Yes, of course. I do apologize. Given the tumultuous situation in the city, I thought it prudent to make sure that the child was at least taken home.
Well, I'm not saying it's 100% not, but they at least haven't said anything to us, but we've only been here since this morning.
Very well. There was another L house around here. Was it Larathan?
Aye,
Do you know?
there's House Lurthen down the street a little.
Just which one? That one there?
You'd have to go around the corner a little bit, but just
Okay.
down there.
Understood. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm going to carry on.
Seems a little suspicious of you, but like doesn't say anything. Just nods and is polite. But yeah,
Okay.
just a bit of an odd interaction.
Odd interaction indeed, yes, but regardless.
As we're walking by,
That was fine.
because Raquella kind of walked, probably like straight away after talking. I'm gonna look at the guard. Don't worry, she does this all the time. And I'll
Does what? Look for
Follower.
lost children. That's
Yeah.
that's even worse.
Where's
Hey,
her
You open your mouth. Why did you fucking talk, you twat?
Wow. Okay.
I was thinking like help the children, not like
Okay. Anyway, it's fine.
I'm just gonna turn around and give you the most like what the fuck.
I'm just what? I tried to help. Sorry.
It's okay. It's what you did great. You did great. We're very proud of
You
you.
know what, Mel? I think I'm gonna have to keep like a tally internally as well, like your manner of bank account of how well people are doing. Because some people you're really making a case for it.
Well, these people you're not around though, so that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna hear them.
That's true.
Fenrir, go ahead and roll me another history check with advantage this time, please.
I'm sorry for calling you a twat. I didn't mean it.
All right, 19. Very good. So you do know a little bit of information about House Lyrathan as well. So House Lyrathan is more involved with mercenary contracts, and it's far more like military based. Their crest is a sword and a quill over a field of crimson. And they're very well known, but yeah, very much connected to mercenary contracts in the city. About as much I can give you.
Whenabouts did the girl come to us? Like, when did that happen specifically?
Last night.
Last night. At what time last night? Was it like late in the evening, early in the morning?
Early evening.
Early evening. Okay. Okay. And it is presently 7 o'clock in the morning, or give or take. Something like that.
But like
It's a bit for
11 hours ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
About that.
Got it. Okay, I just want to be accurate with my information.
Uh-huh.
The best way to lie is to tell most of the truth, so I'm just figuring that out. Okay, I'm going to wander up to the Lerathin house.
You see guards here as well, but there is a big difference here. The ones that you saw moments ago were very much like at attention. They were ready. They were waiting. They looked like they were almost trying to prove something, and they even confirmed they're fairly new. So that feels like it fits a little bit more. You only see 2 guards here, very well equipped. You can see they're wearing plate armor. They each have a couple of blades. The difference is that there's only 2 of them. One of them is sat on the stairs, and the other one is leaning against a stone pillar that leads up to the front door. And they look far more relaxed than the ones you came across before.
Okay, do I understand that is an indication that they are far more competent than the guards I just met?
They are likely more competent, plus with what Fenric may have shared with you, that this family deals with mercenary contracts a lot. It's likely these are not new guards, but rather they are very accustomed to being here. They know the deal. Like, these are guards for the house that are always here, no matter the situation.
Obviously, this girl is going to be from somewhere. Deals with
I'm
military
going
contracts.
to wander up to the front, and I'm going to sort of walk directly towards them with an indication that I'm going to give like they've got like 10 seconds notice that I'm going to start talking to them with the way that I'm walking up to them.
Excuse me, kind sirs.
Not sure I'd agree with that, but...
well, you know. I don't quite know how to start. Yesterday evening, I was wandering around my brother's estate, or in the streets around it. I moved here. You don't need to know this. It's fine. I'm very new to the city, and there was a young girl wandering around in the streets and alleys nearby, in the Tower district. Now, the reason this concerns you at all is that they had the initials YL on their clothes. They were dressed fairly well off, fairly nobly, and what little information I could coax out of her when I spoke to her was that she was from this part of town. Now, I'm so sorry if this has nothing to do with you at all. I was just worrying if this house being Lerathin, if I'm not mistaken, if it was in fact this house who is missing a young girl.
Or if she returned home.
Well, yes, hopefully she returned home.
You use a lot of words. Where are they now?
I'm so sorry. I have no idea. She is incredibly crafty. She got away from me. Like, I was barely able to ask her a single question. I was just going to let you know that the last place that I saw her was there, and I was wondering if she had in fact made her way home.
Yvette is, last I checked, not able to cast Misty Step. How did you let this child get away from you?
Well, I was incredibly... Well, first of all, I was just back from shopping, for a start. The curfew was closing in, and I was holding some things, as were my servants, and we just saw a lone girl walking, and we tried to get a hold of her. And when we turned around for just a moment, we said I would go in to get some guards, and she'd stay put, and I turned around for just a moment. My servant was going off to get the guards, and she ran away.
Roll me a deception.
I will roll deception.
Please be good. I need this really, really bad.
Did I hear that correctly? Her name was Yvette?
Yvette.
Yeah, Yvette.
Oh, did they give a name?
Did you not hear that? Yes.
I wasn't paying attention.
You're the one. Okay.
You're literally talking to them.
I'm aware. I don't know how the fuck. I think I might have a brain injury of some description in real life.
Like he said, like I don't remember if that knowing Misty step, or he said he just disappeared. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking very hard about
how you
the
managed
next
to
thing that I would
young
say.
man away.
Oh fuck! I have an inspiration.
Would you like to use it?
I would like to use it.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Well, so it's a d20 plus 1 plus 3. This is so sucky. Oh my word!
That's,
So
it's still 14, I believe, because you have a plus 6 as well.
Okay, wait. I think I can do something. I can do something probably.
Sure?
This is rough and tough. School pursues. I've got a cheat sheet. Wait, where's my cheat sheet? I need it.
Well,
I have
I'm
something.
gonna just roll something in the background. Don't worry about
Yeah,
what it is.
do some stuff. I'm just trying to figure. Shut up, man.
I'll give you my inspiration, so you don't hurt yourself.
Help action to help the creature. That's not helpful.
This is a rubbish cheat sheet. It takes a very long time to read.
It's got all of my information on it, but it doesn't tell me anything useful right now. I've got to read all of the things. First and second reaction is the.
Have you just reformatted a character sheet? Is that what you're doing?
You should write like
predictive defense.
You just write like if
right,
need to re-roll and then put the feature down.
I've got like a reaction. I don't know if I can. Wait, looks like I wonder if when another creature. Oh, when another creature. Fuck you.
Well,
okay. As it happens, I am not another creature, so I can't do that at all.
Derek
Never mind.
just gave you his inspiration. So
you were offered somebody else's inspiration if you would like to.
Wonderful. I will use
Another
it.
reroll.
We're crawling. We're creeping
slowly
up.
crawling back up.
All right, we sticking with the 7. That would be a total of 16 at this point.
Oh, what the fuck?
Better.
Derek, make sure you remove that inspiration.
This is so
Thank
bad.
you.
I mean, I can give you mine, but I feel like it might go back down. I don't think you should use mine.
That's not spam inspiration.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see,
There's
is
like a 50% shot that is better. More than a 50% shot that is better.
you see, he is just watching you the whole time. His eyes do not shift from you as you just spew information kind of at him at this point, right? And as this is happening, he just watches closely, and he had a knife in hand that he just pockets, puts it back in his sheath. Not like a dagger, just a very small tool knife, if you will.
I was about to get shivved up.
No. He was slicing
He was
an apple
cutting
because he is a notorious cool guy.
They sounded very cool when they were sort of just hanging out.
All drow are trustworthy. How dare he?
He lets you finish talking and then takes a look behind you to Sir Giftian and to Fenric. Well, yes, you better come inside then. Come on.
Oh, fuck.
You don't have any reason to believe anything suspicious. Oh.
I don't know how well I've been playing the bamboozled young woman.
He leads you into a small sitting room at the side. Go ahead and the three of you roll me an insight, please.
I want to throw up insight. What the fuck?
Damn.
All right.
I clearly should
I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Lady Raquel on this task.
This is going really well.
Maybe I should have sent Vivian on the task.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I have a 12 to charisma, so it's not like I do significantly better.
Maybe you don't roll that one.
So, Gift, you notice it's only a small thing and I can't give you much more, but as you walk in, you see the individual that is leading you sort of look around a little bit as if they're looking for something as you make your way in.
I have a question for the other two people with me, Fenric and Sir Gift. Fenric, I know, has an intelligence of 11 or higher. Gift, do you have an intelligence of 11 or higher?
Yeah, sure. No.
I recall something of I give one of my intelligence points as sacrifice.
Hmm.
Oh my god, I always forget you.
Yeah, okay, so I can, over the course of 1 hour, which I assume we had before we got here, or something on those lines, or in the morning, or whatever it is, I can teach a creature to understand the riddles that I hide in my normal speech. This is it's a savant feat, but I'm also saying that this is a drow sign, which is a thing that actually exists, where they're used to talk with each other quietly, and so I can teach that to Fenric, but because he has an intelligence of 11 or higher, but not Sir Gift.
Okay.
Which is a shame.
You're led into a small side sitting room. It's beautifully done up, although maybe a little bit messy. Cold. There is no fire lit in here, and it seems like it doesn't get much use. It's almost just redundant in this quite grand, quite large house. But you are led in, and the one that leads you in offers you a seat, just gestures without saying anything, and nods to the other guard, who promptly disappears into the house. Can I get you something to drink?
Thank you.
I didn't catch your names.
Oh, I do apologize. Raquel Conry.
I
It's
am
a gift.
Fenric Decree.
And yes, absolutely. I would very much appreciate a drink right now.
Yeah, great. He walks over and he will open up a little cabinet, pulls out several glasses and what appears to be whiskey. Pours you each a glass and walks over and hands you each a glass of whiskey. Just straight whiskey, nothing else.
You have good taste, sir.
And I neck it.
As you neck it, it is surprisingly strong stuff. Go ahead and roll me a con save. This is only a DC 5, so you should be...
Well, you say that.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're good.
I wasn't sure.
Rolls when you were rolling for deception.
Fuck off!
I'd wait to drink until I see Raquel drink, and then I'll also drink.
I have
Okay.
poison
Same.
resistance.
Do you down it, or are you
I also
sipping at the
do.
whiskey? Okay, go ahead and roll me a con save.
Oh, so Sir Gift is just fucked there.
I can give myself it, but I also drink mine.
All right. As a reminder, if you do have, like, this is technically poison, so
So you roll with it.
Are you still?
10 is still a success.
Oh, what the fuck?
You cannot critically fail this, so 10 is still a success. That's fine. All right.
That's a fucking boss constitution save.
It's very useful if you have to keep concentration on a spell or such.
That's a very good point.
Actually, I guess everyone would get that +4 as well, right? From the aura.
Alright.
Paladin
Yeah.
aura.
They're supposed to get that +4 to deception rolls as well.
Oh, well, that's...
There's a few minutes where sort of nothing happens. You drink. This individual pours themselves a drink of something else.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's always a good sign, right? They pour themselves a drink from a different bottle, and they just sip at it. And you see, moments later, after a few minutes, the guard that was behind you, that was also on the front steps, returns with 3 other individuals, all of whom also appear to be mercenaries and are well armed, well equipped. They stand in the doorway and they do not move. And the one that poured the drink, the one that you've been talking to most of the time, I don't believe some of your story. But I do believe that you know where Yvette is. And as a member of this family, I need to know exactly where she is. Every detail, and I cannot have you lie to me anymore.
Yeah.
So please tell me exactly what you know, and do not leave anything out.
Can I roll an insight on this guy to see, like, how much I can get away with? Is that something I can do?
Sure, and I could be wrong here. I don't know your class, obviously, but I feel like you should have some stuff to have like maybe learned some stuff about him or.
Yes, I do. If I examine someone for
is that something you want to? You don't have to have done it, obviously, but it feels
keen
fitting
awareness
for the situation.
Airways focus. Your incapacitated intellect die calculated. No, wait, sorry. The fucking hell! It's in here somewhere. Recall information. Okay, when I'm with somebody for 1 minute or longer, I can recall information about a subject. Additionally, I can figure out stuff like their AC, their lowest save. Whenever you make a check with these proficiencies... No, that's not right. Yeah, it looks like I don't know my class either, which isn't helpful. Yes, if I'm with someone for a minute, I can figure out stuff about their stat block. I don't know if that helps me learn more about them personally.
Right.
It will if we need to attack him.
It will, yes, if we need to attack him.
Do you have any questions regarding his stat block?
You can use it to focus and this hidden for recall information about a creature. I can use an intelligence check. Okay, what kind of just intelligence roll? I can do that.
Can you put the
to
ability
learn
into the chat?
Yeah, sharp mind. I believe it is. Spell features, sharp mind. Your ability to analyze your surroundings and arrive. Also, a second level, you can use a bonus action on your turn to take the help or search. That's not important. You can use the help action to aid. That's not. Wait, that's not what it said.
Yeah, none of that's helpful.
Creature. That's not what I was thinking of. There was a different thing.
Just roll me an insight roll.
Okay. This cheat sheet is shit.
This individual is highly proficient at what they do, and you get the sense that this is very much a threat. It is a polite threat, to put it that way, but this is very much the last chance before he will turn to more drastic measures. You basically. The degree at which you feel like you can push it is the degree at which you are ready to get into a fight with this individual. And they certainly look like they can fight.
Okay. Wow. Kind of wish we hadn't split the party now.
Crazy.
How many of them are there? It's like one in front of them, 5 behind them?
Well, there's this
Also
guy
surrounding them.
and then 4 others that are in the doorway.
5v3?
Is there a window in this room?
Yeah, there's 2 windows.
Just what jumps out?
Just making sure.
I will. I'm not sure what your exact ability is, but you can ask me one detail of his stat block. And we'll figure out what the actual thing is later. But if you want to know one detail of his stat block, ask me and I'll tell you.
Insight. One thing about his stat block.
Mm-hmm.
What is his lowest save?
Intelligence.
Intelligence is his lowest save.
That's good.
All right, perfect. With that, he just watches you. So, tell me everything you know.
Highest ability score, lowest ability score. The chase. Oh, that's where it is. Creature type 1 special sense. Okay, no, that's not helpful at all. I finally found it. It was in the bowels of another completely unrelated ability.
Okay, I'm giving you something at this point, but yeah. So, tell me.
Okay. Fuck, dude. I'm thinking. How much is safe to tell? Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to probe the battle map.
This is
Straight up say she's dead.
Okay. The girl. She came to our front door. She said that she was sent by criminal and that she was extorting us. I am disinclined to reveal how this extortion could have happened. Sorry, I apologize. I will not reveal what dirt she claimed to have on us. But she was given an amount of coin. And then, shortly after, we found her dead in the street. The coin was taken. We didn't know who the girl was, so we examined her clothing and found these initials. That's the truth, I swear it.
Roll me a persuasion.
Lees! Fuck! So sorry, so someone else had an inspiration and someone had one of those?
Don't worry about it. I rolled pretty well, you could say. There's just a hard stare that is the reply to your story as you see him analyzing every part of it. All of you can see that clearly, even without an insight roll, he clearly cares deeply about Yvette and more so about the situation in general as well. There was a slight motion that he made whilst you were telling the story when you said that you aren't going to sort of reveal, why you're being blackmailed or whatever. He really doesn't give a shit about that. Like, he has no interest in that whatsoever. He just cares about the kid. With this, it's just this hard stare and moments of silence before he nods a little. All right. So where is she now? Where's the body?
Oh no!
She's in the house. Our house.
He looks around, scanning each of you. You. Points to you, Fenric.
Oh god.
Go to the house, retrieve the body, bring it back here. I'll send one of my guards with you. And you see one of the ones that's in the doorway steps forward and gestures for you to follow.
Whatever you do. Wait, they said to Fenric?
Yeah. Just
Okay,
Fenric.
I'm going to drow sign to Fenric. Don't let them find the basement. Which I'm sure he has also deduced, but I'm going to do that.
Sure.
He's done it.
I mean, no one else is home, so
No, all the
The
servants.
doctor's there.
The
Doctor Doctor is not there. Oh shit! The dead body. Where's the dead body?
No, the child is acid, and there's acid.
there is no body left.
What the fuck?
Did you forget that too?
I didn't. You never told me.
That you were there in the session.
I wasn't there. You never said. No one told
God damn it.
Raquella that the child was melted. That was
Okay,
never.
in character, that's fair, but you, Jack, you were there for that.
They did kind of dissolve the body. Yep. A little bit.
And,
Right.
aside from that, the basement is filled with other things that are really not...
Yeah, Evangeline is also in there.
Right,
now.
sorry. So, can I just quickly, would Raquella have known that the body was just...
I mean, I feel like we would have said that.
I feel like, did the doctor not mention that?
I'm pretty sure I mentioned that we cleaned up the body.
Let's assume
Okay, that
at
couldn't
this
mean
point that
many
you
things.
did. Let's assume at this point that you do know that it was mentioned.
I do know that. Right, okay, what the fuck else am I going to say then?
Awkward.
I would instead say... Oh, fucking God. Oh, God, I spun the lie with the entire... under the assumption that... I completely forgot we've melted her. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Fuck! Okay, right.
The problem is
spill
that
the
everything
beans if
you've
you
said
want.
so far is correct. Like, you found the... Well, apart from you said in the street, but, close enough. But you said, that you found the body. But the question, is from that point.
Where is the body?
At this point, Fenric, you know there's no body as well. So as he gestures to you, what are you doing?
I'll just look at Raquella and kind of give her like an eye. Should we just tell them everything?
Yes, you should just tell us everything.
Wait,
What else is there?
Was that in Drow speak?
No.
No.
Here's the issue with the drow speak. If I understand you can mask meaning in words, but you still have to be saying something to him, right?
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Which in this situation, he's gonna question what you're saying.
What we're saying.
Yeah.
So, please don't take this the wrong way. I know you will.
Let's just
But-
stop trying to sugarcoat it.
Spit it out.
It's bad enough as it is.
You know how people have dirt on us. I'm sure people have dirt on every house here.
We disposed of it, the body.
We didn't want it leading back to us, but obviously we felt bad and we're here.
Define that. You say you disposed of it. What does that mean?
I'm going to peer over to Fenric.
How did you?
You buried the body. You burned the body.
We live with a doctor. He had acid available, so we...
I had acid available.
He turns his back from you at this point. You can see the grief building in this man, and he is horrified and a little disgusted at the idea.
If it makes anything better, as he's
Doesn't.
turning around,
It,
we're trying to find her. He shouldn't be on the streets. Which is why we're here.
You're trying to find who?
the kidnapper.
The killer.
Person who killed her.
Yeah, shit, you cut out that. That's why.
Oh. the
the
person who
killers.
killed her.
The extortionists, all of them. We were hoping
That's
you
why
would have
you're
more
here?
information. Yes. So we can find them. Make them pay.
So you're not here. So you're not here because you killed the girl. Or, sorry, because she died and you disposed of her. You're here because you're worried about these people trying to blackmail you.
Either that or try to kill us. Kill more of your family.
Not be both.
That is a very good point. There is one other missing.
What?
Yvette's mother, the lady of the house, also not been seen since 2 nights ago.
Well, we'll help, of course. Of course you don't trust us, though. Whatever you want.
I want you to stay sat here, have another drink of whiskey. He puts the bottle half full on the table in front of you. There is no label on this bottle. Puts the bottle down in front of you. You stay here. That's all I need from you for the time being. Have you fetch the guard. And with that, we're gonna move over to somebody else.
I
have a breath weapon in my back pocket just in case.
It was nice having this campaign.
As,
have to be on the run soon.
At least 3 new characters that we'll need to make soon, so...
Oh no, this is a full house.
I don't know how we could have done that differently, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Better
maybe.
lie.
No, we can discuss later. But
I'm sorry, what kind of lie could we have told there?
I mean, honestly,
Like, we still needed the information from them. It's not a case of we just walk away now.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can talk about it later. But you are right. You got kind of unlucky on the rolls, and I did roll a natural 20 on his second insight check, which didn't help things.
Be like that sometimes.
I rolled an 18 and a 20 on his 2 insights.
Why do we ever leave the house? We should have just left it.
Anyway. It was just a shame. But, you know, the dice do be like that sometimes.
Why do we melt the body? That doesn't matter.
Well, because, you know, disposing of the body in any other way was absolutely a horrendous task. You start burying bodies, people have a tendency to bury them back up. You burn a body, people smell that. It smells like bacon.
You melt a body.
Either way. Let's move over. Jeroen, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, roll me a d10, please.
Oh.
You got it. Let's see, where's that d10? D10.
Beautiful. We've got a 3. Alright.
Can I get some time to do something first, or are you gonna jump us with that? I don't know. It's relatively close by, so I'm not sure how much time we have.
I'm sorry, Mel. Can you repeat the question?
How much, whatever that is, how much time do we have until whatever that is happens?
What are you referring to by whatever
The
that
3,
is?
because earlier there was like an event.
You've completely lost me. I have no idea what you're referring to. I'm sorry.
There was... it's fine, whatever, it's okay, just... Yeah, it's...
The 3 people, the ones that are...
What?
No, he's asking if before whatever the 3 triggers that she rolled is going to happen, can he do something before that?
Yeah.
Okay, was it so hard? Well, that was kind of took the wind a little bit out of my sails. It was confusing. No, but we walking down the street right towards the venerated house. For a couple of minutes, it's not that far away. But for a couple of minutes, Jim would be sort of just like silently stomping forward. But then sort of he seems to come to a realization of sorts and sort of like stops and sort of looks at the moment for Anna-Marie, and you can tell he's about to say something. It's like there's sort of like a familiar, which you have heard before, just in the little bit of time you have been there now with the rest of the group, and you know when Jeroen speaks. There's occasionally sort of like a growling sort of rising up first before he, like as if he's clearing his throat, sort of. And sort of just says, "Your name is difficult."
You can just call me Anne if that's easier for you.
He nods. Anne. If any guards approach us, you will likely have to do the talking.
That's all right. I've dealt with my fair share of guards before, and most of the time it's been peaceful.
I think it should be enough if you tell them we are out for supplies and security, as we do not know how long this lockdown will last.
I think that's quite all right. I think that makes us that's believable enough.
He nods then again, and then we can continue on. Unless there's some
Yes.
questions from you.
No, I think that's good.
You can clearly tell, especially now that there's not a bunch of other noise going on. Jaroon's sort of voice is very much sort of uncomfortable, kind of to listen to a little bit, but it's something that must clearly sort of take a lot of effort and must be almost painful to speak in as well. So for Jaroon to speak, almost it's a very sort of strange, sort of like scratchy, gravelly voice every time he has to speak.
As you're making your way down the street towards where the venerated hound is, the streets of Kusnir feel very wrong at the moment to you. There is none of the familiar chatter. There's no clatter of merchants. Instead, voices are hushed, whispers darting from one doorstep to another's, eyes peering through shadowed windows, watching everything going on as the rain falls around you. It's light, it's not too uncomfortable, and the footsteps echo a little too loud against the cobbled streets. The people you pass move quickly, heads low, hands clutching bags and weapons, and the city feels like a coiled spring, tight, wound up, and ready to snap. Every glance lingers just a little too long, and every corner hides something, waiting, watching, and it's out of one of these corners that as you're making your way along, somebody moves out a little too suddenly towards you. Would either of you like to react in this moment?
I mean,
Before?
How suddenly are we talking? Like, coming at me, kind of suddenly?
It
At
at
us,
first
I guess?
definitely appears to be, yes. At first it definitely appears to be, and it takes you a quick moment before you realize that actually they are just moving at far a pace without realizing that you're there as well. It's almost just
I see.
coming around a corner, you collide with each other. He is thrown to the...
I was just gonna say, like, you know, if so coming at me, I'm sort of like was about to ready myself, I guess, sort of like, you know, I was going for the handle of my axe, but then you said like he's actually just like moving fast, not really coming for me or anything.
It's a very easy mistake to make at first, but
Yeah.
actually it's a man in a white shirt, looks a little dirty, disheveled beard, long hair that's probably usually quite well kept. You see he has the air of a noble about him, but one that has not groomed very well this morning, rather, and it doesn't look like they have got much sleep either. He looks up at you. There's a sort of scowl on his face to begin with that quickly drops away into a look of more desperation as he gathers up paper off the floor that he's dropped and stands up and shoves into your hand just a crumpled slip of now partially damp paper. You can see on it is a drawing, printed wooden block print of a woman. Have you seen her?
Hi. Sort of uncrumple the paper in my hand.
Roll me an investigation, please.
You know, that disadvantage might actually come in useful for you now.
Mel, heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
You nailed it. Yeah, you killed her.
Oh, great. I crumple up the paper and shove it back in his hand and move on.
I think Anne-Marie would sort of walk towards the man and say, sorry, we're in a hurry. And then asks if she could, like, get one of the papers and I'll look over this. If I see her, I'll tell you. I'll find you.
He just nods, words not coming to his mouth anymore as he hands you another piece of the paper and then scurries off down the street the same way he was going. And it's just the two of you again.
I think Anne-Marie will turn towards Jeroen. Quite unfortunate. I take it she is one of your victims.
He stabbed me. Deserves, I would say.
No judgment on my part, but
ultimately, business.
I can appreciate a man who operates on business.
Mm.
And I think with that, Anne-Marie would continue walking down the road.
Yeah. You're not far away. And eventually you get to the building, the Venerated Hound. It is a rickety building. A lot of the buildings around here are a lot sturdier, have been rebuilt. This is one of the older buildings. It stands alone, and it is a more of a traditional build with timber and stone lower floor, but with timber and plaster above that. It is a sturdy building, but it feels ramshackled, like it's all built on top of each other and leaning over a little bit. Several chimneys plume out black smoke, and it is an impressive monument to a much older style of architecture inside of Kusnir. But a beautiful and impressive house, nonetheless. You can see that there are lights flickering in most of the windows where candles and lanterns are lit inside because the day is gloomy and grey. But the place feels still, feels quiet.
Well, I mean, I'll walk up to the front door. Are there any, like, guards at the front or anything?
There is not. You would also know that you can make your way in. Effectively, this leads into a sort of reception area, so people can just walk.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I can see from the outside already anyone sort of hanging out, but apparently not. That's fine.
Not at the moment, which is bizarre.
Well, there's a lockdown, right? So, who knows? But yes, I'll just sort of stomp my way in to Venerated Hound.
You make your way in. It's a grand entrance hall with stunning old decor. Like there's a stag's head, everything's wooden beams in here. It feels warm, it feels welcoming, but there is an air of authority and history here. And you see, sitting behind a desk right in the center of the room, looking up at you, just this look of stress on their face, more than anything else, is a woman who looks like they've had a busy day already, even though it is so early in the morning still. Welcome. What do you need?
I'll walk my way over to the reception, and sort of put that paper down with which sort of pre-made explanation and sort of partial contract that I'm looking for. and just growl, business, and shove that sort of like over the table.
She takes this, scans it. You notice now, she has long white hair. She's wearing not the traditional uniform of the venerated hound, but something that is essentially a far sort of more low-key version of it, far more plain. It's all one deep, dark blue color, and she wears an eye patch, seemingly made of like actual silver, that is held in place.
Whoa.
And you see deep scars that run from under it that go like up the forehead and down the cheek. She looks it over. All right, this is doable. When do you need them to start?
Soon as possible. Preferably today.
There is an additional fee in that case. Is that doable?
How much?
She looks at you sharply. An additional 1,000 gold.
Oh, well, I didn't get that from Red Royce. I didn't get that much money. Jesus Christ.
Jerome.
I'm thinking if I should just like put that on Red Roy's tab, you know? Just put it on this tab. Is that like in air quotes tabs? Is that a thing I could just like sort of say? Is it, like put it on Conray's name?
Do me a favor. Roll me an insight check and roll high for me.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
No
that.
big deal. Come on. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ooh. Hey man. So quick question. Do you have anything you could add to that? Maybe like a.
For fuck's sake.
Do you get like a 2 from anywhere or something? You know. I forgot you had disadvantage. I'm so sorry.
No, I don't have anything to add that unless like Anne can suddenly boost my insight somehow with one of her fancy abilities.
Could I?
Yes,
We
roll
are
insight?
so tapped as a
Or is
team
it
of
just-
people.
Because I just joined yesterday. I don't know if I can roll insight for this specifically. I don't think I
and
have.
You do kind of have one thing that could.
Oh, I have blessed, don't I?
You have guidance, which I would allow.
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna roll that. I'm gonna roll.
Yes,
this
you
guidance.
slapped that on before we headed inside. Real quick.
Good luck, big guy. Slaps.
As you're having your conversation, yeah, I think that makes sense. As you're making
Yeah.
Hey, 22.
There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. All right. You would have got something anyway, but the being over 20, I can give you a little bit more. Druin, you're a mercenary.
So I've heard.
You have good knowledge of very specific things when it comes to tactics, military, mercenaries. They don't need the money. You know that for sure. And the other thing is, with the panic, you have no doubt that mercenary work is through the roof right now. Likely, a lot of nobles will have panicked and started hiring mercenaries. And the first place you go
Yeah, that
down
was
if you...
kind of the excuse I would go for if someone asked us right now, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Likely, that fee is a deterrent more than anything else. A deterrent against, to basically see if you really need it, or if you'll just go, oh no, I'll go somewhere cheaper. Because these are premium mercenaries.
Yeah, no, I mean, like... Okay. Well, how would I put it then?
You just know
Angry would
that,
be-
they don't need that money. They just want to make sure you're serious.
Well, June, I guess we'll say, if necessary, the Conrays can provide the money.
Roll me a straight persuasion.
Oh.
You have advantage, but obviously...
Yeah.
disadvantage, so.
Feels bad.
I'm not joining you
Alright.
today.
The guidance lasts only for one check, though, right?
That lasts
don't
for
remember.
1 minute, right?
Let me double check.
No, it says once before the spell ends. It lasts 1 minute, but
Yep.
yeah, only once.
Yeah.
Then. All right,
The
so
new one does just last.
I use
alright.
my inspiration.
Okay,
I use my inspiration.
go ahead. Roll it
That's why
again.
I saved
I'll give you
it.
a circumstantial +2, which will be from
Yeah.
from Anne-Marie being here as well, who is proficient. So we
Oh,
can't double
nice,
stack the
nice.
advantage, but I'll give you the +2. So with that, you see the girl just smirks at you with this. And there's a sort of knowing look. You get the sense that you're kind of on the same page here. Very well. For your services, we can waive the £1,000 fee. Right now, we are as busy as we've ever been before. I'm sure you've noticed the ongoing problems that this city is having.
Nuts.
What is the
That's an
reason?
understatement.
What is the reason, in your own words, that you need the mercenaries?
Don't make June talk. God damn it.
She looks to both of you as well.
Okay. Maybe if Anne has something quicker, because it always takes Jarun to sort of rev up the speech engine, you know. So, if you have something to say, you can say it.
And you made a point
think-
of pointing out that it's difficult for you to speak. So, makes sense.
I think Anne would sort of jump in and say, well, there's quite a few tasks we're planning to do in the future. And we could certainly use a bit of a backup, not just for the tasks, but around our safe house, let's say.
I guess state would probably be the best one.
Understandable. Very well. That is certainly achievable. I will. You see, she looking through a logbook at this point. Nobody will be available for a few hours yet, but I can send them to your residence if you wish.
We think that is most agreeable. Let's see. I think Amory would tell them, it's the what is
Conray
it?
Manor.
Conray
Sorry,
Manor, yes.
I'm in front of that.
Yeah, I was
You
like
already
trying to
know
read
that.
it, and I'm like, anyway, yes, just leave them just tell them to meet us at the Conray Manor. I'm sure someone will be there to answer the door. What, could we perhaps, well, I suppose you'll be able to find the top recruits, correct? I should trust your judgment more than my own on this matter.
We're very good at what we do. We'll be able to.
That's what I thought.
I'm
Right.
going to provide you with one of the hounds that goes by the name of Lavinia. I think you should find her services very useful, and she will bring with her, of course, she is one of our captains, so she will bring with her a small team.
I got very excited for one because I thought when I heard hound, it's going to be actually a dog. And I was like, no way, these guys are called hounds. It's like,
They are the venerated hound.
I was like so excited for one for a cool dog.
But
it's
maybe
fine.
she brings a guard dog with her as well.
Who knows?
Nice big mastiff to guard the house. He's going to constantly nod Herman and Strauss because they're bones.
Yeah.
Either way, yes. June will nod to that. That sounds agreeable.
Very well. Very well. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Just a tie. Like, am I supposed to already leave all the money that I gotten from
Yes.
Relroy's people? All right, I will delete that. So I've put that on the table as well. All the platinum.
It's good doing business with you. If you need
Thank
anything
you.
else,
It's
you
a
can come back
pleasure.
and see me anytime.
Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll find need of more services maybe in the future.
And then June nods and turns and starts walking out. Business is concluded. Job successful done.
All right. Beautiful. The two of you head out back into the small square, and you see as Jeroen, as you both of you see as you make your way out, somebody making their way again straight towards you. It looks like they're heading to the building, but seeing you making your way out, they sort of curve and head towards you instead. This person does not...
before they arrive, Anne can immediately hear like sort of frustrated growl. So kind of like, oh, not another guy. What is it today? You know.
I think with that, Anne is gonna like sort of catch that person's eye and say, "Hello. Is there anything you seem to be coming straight towards us? Anything you need?"
Yes. I'm looking to hire mercenaries. She sort of gestures you as in both of you, but then more sort of leans towards Jeroen. You look like you might be a mercenary. Are you open to work?
Anne sort of looks at Jeroen and then just says, well...
Sorry, like, if you just look at me, Jeroen will then answer sort of like... Contract is already made. I'm busy for the next year.
Okay. And they turn around and they look very sad, but they will head away. With that,
I think with that we head back.
That's good. Actually, Jeroen sort of after a while, it's like as I look sort of, so you can sort of get to the corner here. This one, this one here. He sort of looks up and down. There's a bunch of shops and stuff as well, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He thinks actually
the shops are closed today.
They are.
A lot of the businesses just don't seem to have bothered opening today at all.
Is there potentially like some sort of on this road potentially? He doesn't want to move that far off. You know, he wants to still stay close, so it doesn't take too much time heading back. Right, but he wants to just like, is there any sort of how do I put this? Sort of like a potential like an alchemy shop with like a bunch of like ingredients and stuff like that, or like I guess if not that was available, more like a general store potentially that has just a bunch of random shit in it.
A general store, yeah, you can. I'm sure you can find one. Like not all the businesses are closed. Is there something specific you're after?
He's looking for potentially bones of some sort. And maybe some sort of pigments, like for colors, for potentially other sort of random things that I still have to come up with in my mind.
There's a little old lady in there that just looks confused as you start asking with these things. No. We don't have any
just
of that.
nod and then head back out. I was like, alright, I guess there's no business to be concluded in here if she doesn't have any of this.
I might be able to get you a few bones for like stock or something. I've got stock.
So he thinks like she probably means chicken bones and stuff like. It's like no.
100% does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like no. That is not the right kind.
Sorry, we need to make it fresh. You understand?
That's not really okay. That's not really how stock works. All right, no worries, dear. No bones, I'm afraid.
He heads back out onto the road, so it looks back up and down. So like clearly still looking for something. Has Anne been in the city? She hasn't been in the city for long, right? She wouldn't potentially know what something like that would be.
I think she would be like a native, but just like coming back from like a more like distant kind of trip, I guess.
Because the problem is for Jeroen right now, because until just sort of recently, he did not really have an interest in it. But a problem came up, so he's like having some thoughts about it. So he's like basically looking for like an alchemy shop. So
what is this for? I don't even understand what's happening right now.
Yeah, no, I was gonna. Basically, Jeroen wants to see if he cannot figure out. He's trying to remember this sort of from his past, like when he was younger, when he still was with his people.
Okay.
A sort of ritual of sort. He wants to try and reenact and sort of try. And he's like just sort of like trying his best, like remembering what is needed. He knows he needs some kind of bones, so he's like looking for sort of alchemy shop that might have kinds of bones that he maybe if he sees them, he sort of remembers. You know, he's like, why he's still got time because I assume it's not that close yet to 2 p.m. right?
No, it's still
We still have some time, right? So he wants to use that time to maybe find something like that.
All right, interesting. It sounds very cool. I'm invested. But unfortunately, there's not going to be much in the way of alchemy shops that are open today, especially those like specialist shops, are the ones that are even less likely to be open because of the goings on, basically.
As he sort of noticed that, he would actually turn to Anzi. You don't have perchance bones on you. And he sort of names sort of a couple other sort of strange ingredients to like sort of like certain sort of color pigments to like a kind of incense that you maybe have never heard of before.
That's a hell of an icebreaker, you know.
I don't think I have anything on me, but perhaps I could help. Maybe once more of the shops open up, find some of these ingredients.
Help is appreciated.
You're very welcome.
And he'll I guess if sadly no shop is open today, he can't do anything about that. He'll return to the Conrad Manor. So preparing for the mercenaries to arrive.
I apologize.
It's fine. It's unfortunate timing.
I'm starting to think we're not competent enough to be evil characters.
Well, no, it's just, you know, like I wasn't expecting today like this lockdown shit to happen, you know, like I like before the session started I was like, I'm gonna do this, when I get the mercenaries, I'm gonna go a quick shopping trip, and suddenly Ty goes like, the 3 bells toll, you know, there's a lockdown the entire scene. It's like, shit. My plans.
The good news is that shit's going down everywhere else, so the only people we have to fight are the people in this house, hopefully.
Doctor, you arrive at the Gentle Cure.
With Herman in tow, yes, finally.
There is a man sat in your doorway.
Well, the sign said closed, but since you're already here, I assume you want something from my clinic.
You see what seems to be a very disheveled man. This clearly is, most likely he is homeless. He seems to be, he has certainly some grey in his hair, so getting on in the years. I've got grey. Anyway, he's got a hood up as you approach. He's like huddled up, really sat on the floor trying to keep warm. And as you speak to him, he looks up and you see he is blindfolded. He has taken a piece of cloth and made effectively a makeshift blindfold. So he cannot see you as he like looks around a little bit, almost searching for the voice. Hello? Are you the doctor?
I am Dr. Sidorovich, yes.
Would
you like to come inside out of the rain first?
Well, he like pulls himself to his feet, struggling to do so as he does. Yes.
Moment, and I will open up the door, hand my bag to Herman, who walks in, and I will carefully guide this man with my metal arm so that I don't get any diseases from him into the Gentle Cure Clinic and find a chair for him to sit down. It's the Gentle Cure Clinic from the inside is a very modest ordeal. Like, it's a one-person clinic, essentially. There's a bit of an examination room. There is a locked storeroom where certain things are being held, but it's not very valuable. It's only valuable if you know something of medicine. and another little locked room for like a broom and other things. And there's an examination, like the examination table. And most of that's not really visible from the front door. It's only you need to enter like a room in there, and they have like higher windows so that light comes in, but like not other people can look in.
He is shaking violently, like he's got a real constant tremor in his hands. But everywhere.
Yeah, sit down. Would you like some tea? What is your name?
My name, Daniel.
Daniel. What is it you called me here for? If you want a cure for blindness, I'm afraid that I'm still far away from that.
You have the wrong idea about my eyes. It's not that I can't see. It's that I see too much.
Happy making tea, stop for a moment, look back at him. Describe seeing too much, said Daniel.
They have been opened by the wrong hands. Now I see things that aren't there. Apparitions and ghosts and demonic forces that haunt the world that most cannot see. Doctor, I need you to take my eyes. I want gone with them.
In his mind, he's talking to himself like, why do I even open this damn clinic? You understand that what you're asking me to do is both very involved, dangerous, and may not even solve the core root of your problem.
I do not care, Doctor. I want them gone. Take my eyes from me. The pain they cause is unmanageable.
Which you allow
singing.
Oh,
I can hear them singing.
them singing?
I didn't want to look, but they forced me. They pried them open, and they showed me all of it. I don't want to see it, Doctor. Please, take him away.
Well, would you allow me a moment to examine you so that I make sure that I do this correctly?
He nods, voice cracking a little bit more, if you must.
I will first mentally order Herman into the hallway to turn the sign to closed, or at least occupied, actually. See behind the occupied sign up. And then he will stay in the hallway because part of me worries that if this man can really, really see certain things, the clothing on Herman is not going to matter, and this is about to go very, very sideways. And then I will examine him, and I will also try to magically examine him. Essentially, I don't have the spell for detect magic, but basically seeing if there's any arcane issue going on.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Thank God for expertise.
There is, firstly, as you do start to examine this man, he flinches whenever you touch him. You get the sense that even the lightest touch against the skin is causing like searing pain to him, as if you were burning him with a cigarette. In terms of arcane, there's definitely some markings, some indications from his skin that magic has been used. There's definitely been some sort of magic used on this individual, but you're not sure what.
Is it only after whatever affects you now that your skin has become so hypersensitive?
He nods, and you see you see he is unable to answer in this point. The pain is too much. As the shaking has intensified even more, as you see almost like burn marks actually on his skin where you touched his face.
I'm trying to see if this man is affected in any way by something the fog can do.
Roll me medicine with advantage.
So straight roll. Good one.
That's pretty damn good. Another 20, nice. The fog can act in a lot of different ways. This feels not related. Also, with how recently you've had the fog, like it wasn't, you didn't have any fog last night. So he would have had to be in this condition for quite some time, which doesn't seem to be the case either. So you don't think this is related to the caustic fog?
Who did you interact with before this condition befell you?
You can see him trying to think for a moment before he answers. There was a woman. She seemed friendly. Green eyes, long flowing hair. She had a kind smile. She offered me some soup. She took me to a church.
Church?
That's all I remember, and then I woke back up in an alley. Searing pain, blinding light. And that's when I saw him closing in the alleyway, heading towards me. Monsters and demons. I fled. But they kept coming in. And I realized that nobody else could see them. Just me.
And where was this church?
In the tower.
Can I make an assessment, an educated guess at that point, that it has something indeed to do with people of the Crimson Tower? I don't recall what the cult's name exactly was, or cult religion.
So, a reminder, the tower is a whole district. Not necessarily like, he's not talking about like the Crimson Tower specifically, but talking about the district.
Yeah. He's just talking about the district, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
And you don't know which church this was?
It was I'd never seen it before, tucked down some little back alley, out the way. It was a weird little place, almost hidden.
Trying to see if anything here rings any kind of bell for me to, like, you know, maybe once in a conversation eventually may mention something.
You've got a high intelligence score. I think with that you can quite easily figure out. You may not know which one specifically, but he's certainly likely talking about the Church of the Daughter. Or at least related to the Daughter, Church of the Daughter.
You might have been in the Church of the Daughter, my good Sir Daniel. The procedure that you want me to undertake is extremely painful, and I can only offer a mild amount of sedatives.
Take my eyes, Doctor. I don't care about the pain. I don't care about nothing else. Just take him. I want gone with this sight.
Very well. I'm going to have to strap you down for this, so that you do not interfere.
He nods, and you see tears start to roll, and even as a tear rolls down his face, you see what appear to be almost like fumes from the skin as it sears.
That's strange. What is his temperature now that I look at him?
It's just the same burning reaction to anything touching his skin. He does appear to be hot, but not like abnormally so. It's like a fever, but not burning hot, you know. And it's not steam from like the water or evaporation or something along those lines. Like it is the skin almost sizzling from some sort of reaction here.
I mean, carefully strap him down, get him as comfortable as possible, and then get some sedatives that I have here to numb the area around the eyes as best as I can before finally removing the cloth.
You see his eyes are sheer golden, silvered orbs, almost like mercury, like liquid inside of his eyeballs.
Warrants closer inspection.
Roll me another medicine with advantage.
That's pretty good.
That's a good roll.
What, liquid silver you said? Gold? What was it?
His eyeballs themselves seem to be almost like liquid silver, still swirling in the right shape, but as if they're like moving. You spend some time. The man is in searing agony, and it's not long into the operation before he passes out completely. It makes it a lot easier for you to work, honestly. After some time, you have managed to remove the eyes. You treat him as best he can. He will likely survive this, although it will not be a pleasant experience. For the moment, he is still unconscious. The eyes themselves seem burnt and damaged.
The what? Sorry?
Burnt and damaged.
The eyes are, or his sockets are?
Both. I was specifically talking about the eyes, but yeah, both tending.
They still liquid silver in his hands? Or like wherever the doctor is holding him?
Yeah.
I very carefully undo his restraints, and then, as he is busy recovering, because I can't really do much else for him at the moment, as he needs to wake up, I further examine the eyes to see if there's anything more to be gleaned from these.
Give me a final investigation roll.
A regular investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be alright.
You've never seen anything like this previously. You can't think of any reason that this would happen, or that, certainly not intentionally. If this was intentionally done, then it was done for nothing other than cruelty. There's no benefit to this. More likely, this is an experiment that didn't work.
As I sit pondering this, and I remember that Evangeline at one point also said that she could see something in the mirror. And I wonder to myself whether or not the people at the daughter are trying to see something that lays beyond sight, even true sight. But what? I also wonder myself who is experimenting on these people out in the city, and it isn't me for once.
Dun dun dun. As you remove this man's eyes, we are going to end the session there for today.
Yay!
But thank you very much. Let's do a Star and a Wish. Anne-Marie, would you mind kicking us off? Star and a Wish, please.
Yeah, Star. I don't remember who it was, but the person who suggested we split up, I thought that was great, and I've loved it every second since, and I'm honestly not being sarcastic. I thought it was great. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. And then, in terms of Wish, I want to see what these mercenaries are like. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to see combat with like a ton of people. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I just hope
We're
they don't
going
find
to
secret
die.
entrances to, the diabolical.
I hope.
Lab.
I'm not necessarily wishing it into existence, but it would be really funny if we all go to Manor, then the A group shows up with all those guards coming over and then trying to attack the Manor, right? And then the mercenaries show up and then suddenly help us out. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Not saying it into existence because that will also be incredibly problematic.
I mean, it might just dissuade
now?
them from attacking us.
No.
All right, Raquella, give me a star and a wish, please.
My star is going to go to. I think Dr. Sidorovich. For having the smarts to be like, whatever I'm doing it on my own. No one else can fuck it up for me.
Yeah.
Because realistically, regardless of how worrying this guy is that's just wandered into his clinic, it's not nearly as bad as the situation I find myself in.
Fair. And what's your wish?
And my wish is that hopefully I roll above a 10 at some point next session.
You did. Like your persuasions were pretty good.
No, I rolled a couple of good. My persuasions were pretty good. I've got a.
Mine wasn't.
I got like when you add a D8 on top of your D20, you kind of expect it to do something. I think I rolled 1 on nearly every single thing that I rolled with the D8s today. I rolled a 1.
Yeesh.
Especially the talking checks. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I've got great talking skills.
But
you invoke trouble when you say shit like that.
I didn't say it. I just sort of expected that it would go fine, and then it just didn't over and over and over again.
Yeah, understandable.
And no amount of inspirations were going to help me. Especially when he rolled a nat 20. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeesh.
So yeah, all of us, like, Raquel has shown up one day, been like, Relarius, hey Relarius, I can help you with all of your stuff. Followed immediately by losing a duel to, like, his personal bodyguard. Well, not losing, but you know what I mean. Was about to lose. And then immediately giving up one of the only secrets she's been around long enough to know.
That's fair. All right.
We can just we can do this. We can, like, you know.
So who have I got? I have to ask. Fucking Fenric, do you have your dude with you this time?
You want to be that?
I mean,
guy.
he's in the ring.
Oh,
he's there. He's there.
So he's going to go in the ring.
Turns
Get
as
him
you
out.
all.
Well, we can do that discreetly. Just go to the bathroom.
Give me a star and a wish, please.
Ooh. I really think everyone here actually did really, really great. I loved how this worked out. In all honesty, it was a great session. But I'm gonna give my star in particular to fucking Fenric for, like, Raquella walks up, asks some perfectly normal-ish things. It's a little bit awkward, maybe in the delivery, maybe a little.
Oh, it's fine, you know.
But
that's okay.
That's okay. Walks off, and then Fenric's like, "Oh, don't worry about her. She's like that." And everyone's like, "Why the fuck do you open your mouth?"
Do you expect anything different?
I'm gonna be honest. That's bad, but I feel like me not remembering that we dissolved the fucking kid is probably worse.
You know,
That's pretty bad.
That was a bit wild.
Honestly, I blame myself more for that, but I feel I made a mistake there with the limited information I had at the time. But yeah,
maybe we should have kept on ice at least for a couple days before dissolving her. You know, like
true. Normally, I would.
I guess hindsight 2020. But, you know, maybe we should have.
But yeah, that is the unfortunate bit. But I still think that just Fenric just like. Doop-de-doop-de-doo, now I'm going to open my mouth.
Yeah.
Fenric is.
And what's your
Shane
wish?
is very.
This is great. My wish is that, despite everything, we still come out on top of this. I would really like it if we just can continue without, you know, having a great escape arc this early on. I kind of like Kuznir.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, thank you. So, Gift, give me a star and a wish, please.
My star definitely goes to the doctor for splitting our party to make sure he doesn't get involved with any of our bullshit. I really did also enjoy that.
Okay.
Gives the orders who goes where, and then chaos ensued. And then wish that us at that house survive.
All right, survive.
We won't need
Great.
to fight. Don't worry.
Always a good wish. Jeroen, star and a wish, please.
I would like to throw it over to Anne for some nice backup and accompany me. It would have otherwise been very lonely and sad.
Yep.
And I would have feared for myself if I was out there alone. I feel like you just being there was a deterrent, so Ty could not just throw random shit at me and like would force me into a very awkward situation. So I'm glad you were there.
Yeah.
And that was so good, definitely. And also, I didn't get around to it. I kind of like halfway forgot again, but I did want to actually ask Anne some more questions. But I was kind of partially hoping the venerated hound was further away than that, but it wasn't. I was like, oh damn, there's not that much time to talk things out on the way there. It's just a 5-minute walk. I was like, damn it. It's fine. I didn't look at the map recently. I was like, well, maybe some other time. That was pretty neat. And then my
your wish?
My wish that the whole sort of thing with the badass mercenary guards goes well, that we come home, because I did my job well. I'm like sort of returning almost victorious, I could say. With a fulfilled contract, deals done, done pretty well too, I would say, and return home, and then at some point, I think Fenric was sent out, right? Like Fenric with a merc guard comes in, all awkward, like, guys, we have a problem. Like, what am I supposed to do for that? I feel like but yeah, no, I just hope that goes well. But I wanted to say, I feel like you should, guys, as you were, you three and them five were in that room. You should have fucking taken the shot. You should have just, because these five are the only people who know you guys. To fucking kill them all and then quickly book it.
They must have told somebody else at this point. I've got to be honest.
No, these guys are too badass for that. They thought they can handle. They think they can handle you guys. You're just like three nobodies.
Fuck. Okay.
5 guys around them by chance, 5 champions.
I feel like that. I feel like you should have taken the shot there, because I don't know how this is gonna go now. I don't know where this is gonna go now. So
wait, are they still in the room with us? What happened at the end there? I can't remember. Are we still in the room with all 5 of them and they're interrogating?
No, it's 4 now, right?
4 now.
Yeah,
One's
4 now. One has left. Yes, but we will get to that next session.
I don't
Fenric,
think.
Give me a star and a wish.
One left to get the guard.
I think
we told them our full names.
I'm trying to do my stars and wishes. You shut up. I get to be mean. You called me a twat. All right. My star. I think everyone did great this session, especially having to split up. But I really enjoyed the moment where Darun just gets this photo of someone he just murdered and just shoves it back into the person's chest. Like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Very fair.
I'm shit at lying. Might as well not talk.
Exactly. That was the reasoning. I'm not opening my mouth to this. I'm not saying anything.
Honestly, very sensible. Yeah.
And I guess my wish is, we get out of this situation.
Survive. Got it. Awesome. Guys, thank you very much for playing.
The most common one.
Our most common wish is survival. Thank you very much for playing, everybody. Thank you to everybody that's been watching as well. It's fucking lovely to have you. Make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. We'd lovely to have you back. We are going to go raid because we're a good little band of orcs, and it's what orcs do. But we will be live again in about 6 hours.
Oh, we have 69 viewers. That's cool.
Oh god, it's changed. Anyway, but we will be back in about 6 hours with Shadows over Zeef, which is another game in the same universe who have also been in some high stakes situations. It's a little bit less of a dark game, so if you want something, I mean, it's still not great, but if you want something a little less dark, then come back for that. It would be lovely to have you. Until then, we are going to go raid because we're orcs, so make sure you pillage some lighthouses, steal some cheese, and send these people some fucking love. Until then, thank you for being here, everyone. Make sure you follow, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye.
Bye.